On the microphone and then boom
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
Right over there. Chris, you're ready to go, I think. I'm ready to go on this Monday. And is there plenty for us to discuss today? We got a Kings game to look back at, a loss to the Knicks. Is it Knicks or Knicks?
Bing bang.
Bing bang. Yeah, the Knicks defeated the Kings. Kings stay in New York, and they're taking on the Nets tonight. We will talk about that game as well. And we've got our Super Bowl. The Chiefs and the Eagles. ESLFTR Eagles. Close. So here we are. Look at us. Wow, can you believe it? I mean, just one more NFL game.
Unbelievable.
Where's the time gone? I mean, first it was like Labor Day and then the season and then, I mean, man, then you get to Halloween and then, man, it just flies by and then Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and here we go. So we will be getting to that as well, the NFC and AFC championship games to recap. And as always, your participation is welcome at 916-339-1140 for the text line. The phone lines, same number, or 1-800-920-1140. So I know we will be joined by Dave here in a moment. Chris, you have a good weekend?
I showed you my prize pick, so yeah, I had a good weekend.
Was there forgive me, was there a value on the end of that? You don't have to say, but it was a really good weekend or a good weekend?
$20 got me $350.
Woo! Yeah. How many picks was that? Like about 7 or something like that?
5.
5. So you got all 5 right, and that netted you that?
Yeah.
Good call. I like that call. That's a very good call.
Very good call. It came I want to say like the third quarter of both games.
And you were done?
Yeah.
You're like, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this. Be cool, my babies.
Like, I think after the first half, Jalen Hurts needed like 80 more yards passing.
Uh-huh.
And then Patrick Mahomes, I think, got his rushing. I had 30 yards or more rushing for him. I think he got that in the third quarter. So
you
wasn't even sweating it.
Yeah. On those things, when you play those, how often do you collect, or you just kind of keep that in there as okay, I've always got money to play around with?
I still have the first deposit. This was like my first big win.
Okay.
Because I usually do. Well, this one I kind of played it. I did the. So have you played? You played Prize Pick before? Okay. Yeah. So you can do it to where it's just like I need all of mine to hit, and you get a better percentage, or you need like 3 of 4 to just get a little bit of it. So
Okay.
I kind of protected my first bet.
Yeah.
So I just did I split them off into 10 and 10, and then everything hit.
Do you so now will you go in a little bit bigger on the Super Bowl or just kind of keep it?
I took out I took out all my winnings from that.
Oh, so you did withdraw. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
okay, nice. Because I didn't know how.
I thought you were asking if I've put more in.
No. I wondered if, because people do win in these things. People do lose in these things. A lot of times people have to add more than they take out, but that's okay. I mean, it's hopefully you're having some fun and not getting too crazy with it. But I always wondered, did you take the money out ever? That's good. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going up to Portland. I think that should
that's
help
right.
me.
That's coming up. That is coming up. Well, that's good. That makes it a productive weekend. My productive weekend happened in a different way. On Saturday night, I saw one of our own, and I mean one of our regulars in the wild, out and about. Went to the Project Ride crab feed after the Kings game.
Mm-hmm.
Went down there, and it was the guy with allergies to seafood.
I was gonna say,
yeah. My wife and my mother-in-law were there, and I knew a few other people were going to be there. The great people from the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento were there. A few other people we know. My son rides down there, so I knew a bunch of people. So I was like, let me just check in, say hello. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, so I'm talking about, I said, oh my gosh, just watch this. Watch this interaction that's going to happen here, which I never do anything like this. But I saw someone that I knew that didn't know I was there. And then I just walked over and just, excuse me, and bumped into them. And it was like, hey, and then kind of, hey, and then just a complete turn of their facial expression. It was JR.
Oh my God.
I'm like, they let you out in public? Oh my goodness. Yes, that JR, who's a regular caller on the station, that has been 4 years.
How much different is he in person?
I've seen him a couple times, so he's pretty much the same. He's pretty much the same. Just absolutely hilarious.
So I'm guessing, I haven't seen the phone ring, so I'm guessing JR is still asleep, but You're telling me probably expect a call, huh?
Yeah. So he was telling me a story, and I'd probably have to have him say it at some point, but I could totally picture him. So he went to Sarah High School in the Bay, which is famous for Tom Brady and for Barry Bonds. And he said there was one time they were both at the school at the same time for some school donation, fundraiser, whatever it was. And JR went right up to both of them. So you could picture that. Like some people do that and like, hey, autograph, whatever. Hey, I love you, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, hey, how's it like to be the third most famous athlete from Sarah High School? And they're like, what? And then he's like, my name's up there for track and field. And I could just picture JR. Like he knows no strangers. He's not telling them like, hey, some.
Great to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks for winning that Super Bowl or Bonds, that home run, whatever these guys get probably all the time. He just comes in there taunting in a fun, classic JR type of way. So, yeah, it was truly fun to see him. It was an awesome event. I mean, it's for the longest time, I think it had been, and it probably still is, but it's like the largest crab feed like in Northern California. It's massive. I mean, just a massive amount of people. And they even had to cut it down probably more so for, I think, fire marshal regulations, because it's in this big barn and it's been packed. It was still a fabulous turnout. They had to kind of do that for different reasons, but it was truly fantastic to see him and to see others out there. So yeah, that was a unique experience. I remember the first time I met him, and it's probably the same time. I'm sure you've run into this every once in a while, Chris, where someone meets you that has heard you, but like, oh, that's what you look like, just not. Maybe what they hear as a voice is not what they have as a face that they picture you as. And so the first time I saw JR, I just didn't picture him to look like he does. And then now that I see him, it's just JR.
He just looks like a normal person.
He's got normal features. He's just a normal guy. Yeah, absolutely. So that was fun. Obviously watched a lot of football yesterday as well. And, it is a little weird. Chris, you and I are in somewhat of the same state in football where, like yesterday, you're watching the game clearly as you're wanting to hit your numbers for your prize pick.
Yes.
Other than that, I found myself rooting for both teams that lost. I wanted the Commanders because it's been longer for them. I have nothing against the Eagles. And I personally do not have Chiefs fatigue. but I wanted the Bills. I'm like, this would be great. Let's get Buffalo in there. Let's get the Commanders in there.
Like I was saying last week, where you've got a villain and you got a hero in the Bills and the Eagles, if that were to happen.
Yeah, right. And if we had Bills and Commanders, I don't know what I would have done. Probably rooted for the Bills, but we didn't get either. And where it truly shows you that when you don't have a dog in the fight, as they say, I really wasn't bummed. I mean, like if it's your team, if it's the Kings, if it's whatever your team is in the NFL, Niners, Raiders, whoever your team is, when they lose, like last year, the Super Bowl, I mean, I was all in on the 49ers, really wanted them to win. I was bummed. I wasn't to the level of a diehard 49er fan, but when you don't have a team you're rooting for and you're maybe casually or slightly a bit above that rooting for someone to win and they lose, it's like, yeah, okay, good game. Hey guys, you know what? Good game. Looked like you had a blast. So I'm not sure who 49er fans are going to be rooting for now going forward. I know there's not a lot of love for the Eagles and probably more disdain for the Chiefs, but and I know there's people out there that probably have, and maybe it's Bills and Commanders fans that have said this phrase after yesterday. Well, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. You're not? Come on. You'll have 2 weeks.
In the group text, when it became pretty obvious, like, okay, here we go. It just became like what we're all bringing for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Hey, bring this. We need this. We need, yeah. Who's performing at halftime? Oh, Kendrick Lamar. Will it be a good show? It's the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl. Well, we will talk about that setup. We do have the Eagles. We do have the Chiefs in there. Kings lost to the Knicks, and the Nets and Kings play tonight. Again, must win? Probably. I would say so. We'll also talk about De'Aaron Fox. His struggles continue. That and so much more along with 3 for Madness. We'll have a recap of 3 in the Key. We'll have some predictions for 3 in the Key. 4 down territory. We'll wrap it all up with Crosstalk with Alan Stiles and Celebrity Birthdays. Carmichael Dave will be joining us momentarily. I think we're having some fine-tuning, some things he's having to sort out there on remote. So we'll get that all situated. But we get you started with leading off. Coming your way next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With over 500 new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CRV, HRV, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
My good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an amazing New Year oil change special going on right now for the month of January. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for a full synthetic motor oil change with a $33 off online coupon from JiffyLube.com today. Offer valid for up to 5 quarts of premium motor oil, specialty vehicles, and diesel extra. Happy New Year from Jiffy Lube.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Sacramento, for the 5th consecutive season, has come into the Garden, and they go home with a cold shoulder from the Knicks. The final score in this one is 143-120. New York gets its 30th win of the season. The Kings have now lost 2 consecutive games to start this trip, and their record now stands at 23-22, and their road record is now at an even 500, 10 wins against 10 losses, as they'll start thinking about the Brooklyn Nets on Monday night across the river.
Yeah, Kings lost, but hey, look who's here.
I'm a little nervous.
Why?
Because I don't know how I'm going to sound.
Are you down? Are you up? Are you?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling
good? Am I sounding good?
Chris, that's a really good Carmichael Dave impression you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's what happens when you leave the settings alone, generally. Good morning. Thank you for I missed the blah. What was the highlight of the blah? Was there something going on in the blah?
Yeah.
I killed it in Prize Pick.
Chris had a productive weekend in Prize Picks, and I met JR out in the wild this weekend. Yes, that JR.
You did?
Yes, it was
Are you
great.
okay?
Yes, it was fantastic.
What is this prize? I saw Alan doing this too. It looks like it's betting, but I thought we couldn't bet at the in California. What's going on?
It's more of a fantasy football thing. So you're not betting on who you like pick, like how many yards you think a player will have. Like,
no, I saw that, but you get money though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, pay the man his money.
Let's go.
It's legal in California. I want to say the only place it's not legal is Idaho.
Of course. Idaho. I have a shirt from Idaho.
I do too. I'm talking about my home state. Wait, no.
My friend Chris got me. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in, and thank you. I'm in we skipped the blah. So I'm in New York. Those guys are at home. We'll be here. I'll be here. We'll be here. Like me and my team will be here all week long. We do have a ton of stuff to talk about, including my weekend in watching these games, whether it was the Kings and Knicks or the championship games yesterday at absolutely ungodly hours. I will admit to that. It was not easy. And then catching the early flight back over across the pond, obviously made it over there. By the way, guys, the flight, as smooth a flight as I've ever had. Remember, I was worried about flying into storms. And stuff? Yeah, nothing.
Got there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we got there. About 45 minutes ahead of schedule, and then watched all the stuff. And Jason, I think it's time to panic. It's officially time to panic with the Kings. Doug Christie, that was a fluke. De'Aaron Fox is terrible. Malik Monk should be leading the team. We need to make trades, and we're on our way to the bottom of the barrel. Right.
Yeah, that was what we actually opened the show with, all of that.
Yeah, so Kings back in action tonight against old friend Jordy Fernandez and the Brooklyn Nets, who, did I read this right, Jason, in your notes, have not won a home game in 10 tries?
Yeah, 10 straight home losses.
Well, let's not break that streak.
That's right.
Also, JR, how was it?
It was great. Saw him at the crab feed down in Elk Grove, Project Rides crab feed. It was awesome. Just he's always been a character, and he was just like he is on the phone.
Was he really?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Did he tug on your pant leg?
No, not that. I tugged on his.
Okay, very good. We'll talk a lot more Kings later today, both the weekend and what is coming up, not just tonight, but this week. Obviously, though, we'll be talking a lot of NFL football, which I believe leads us into cut number 2.
Orbit motion.
That's me.
He throws it up for grabs, and the pass is incomplete! Incomplete! Off the arm of the would-be receiver, Dalton Kincaid! Kansas City has the second fourth down stop in this half!
Once again, Kansas City, Buffalo. Buffalo comes up short, was pulling for a Lions-Buffalo Super Bowl, and well, we got ourselves the poop sandwich, as it'll be Kansas City and the Philadelphia Eagles playing against each other in the nobody cares unless you're a fan of those two specific teams bowl, which will, of course, do better ratings by about a factor of 100 than any other sporting event we put on, because you watch it to watch it. But yeah, Jason, definitely was not rooting for that outcome, but the outcome is what we got.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. Like, I mean, again, I'm not like you with a Niner fan, so that's the team that would be first. But I want the Niners to do well. I like the Raiders. I would prefer them to do well. After that, through the year, it's fantasy football, all those kind of things, and just enjoy watching the games. But with that being said, Dave, I did want the Commanders and I did want the Bills, and I went 0 for 2 on those two teams yesterday.
Yeah, you joined pretty much the rest of the country, if not the world, in that. Now, that being said, we're not going to be total, whatever's about it. Look, Kansas City is amazing, and we have a lot of stats. In fact, Chris, at some point, you'll probably need to text me what your who's hot, who's not stats are, because I got a feeling we're going to cross swords a little bit today. Hello. Got a lot of stuff saved up though. On just the greatness of Patrick Mahomes, the greatness of Andy Reid, the greatness of Steve Spagnuolo, the comparisons of Josh Allen to perhaps Patrick Ewing, folks like that were blocked by Michael Jordan, and why Patrick Mahomes is let's just say it, Jason. Patrick Mahomes is on pace to be the greatest athlete in major American sports.
It's incredible.
It's insane. It's insane to say it, but he's not even 30 yet, dude. He is not Jordan, not Brady, not Bonds, or it's Patrick Mahomes is on pace to be the greatest ever, and we're witnessing it. So I guess we kind of have to appreciate that a little bit, but I know the refs do.
Yeah. Oh, there we go again.
All right, cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Pitches it out to Barkley, takes off to the outside. He's at the 50, he's at the 40, he's at the 30, he's going to go. 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Saquon Barkley, 60 yards on his opening touch.
He's pretty good this year, Jason. I wonder if the Giants regret letting him go.
You know what? I actually think they're totally fine. I think they made the right call.
55, Jason Williams to 23. The Eagles more than double up the Commanders. Am I wrong in saying this though, Jason? Even though it was 55-23, didn't it seem a lot closer?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Commanders just self-destructed. While they're doing it, they still have their chances to win. And then by the end, it totally got out of hand in the last part of the game. But they were there. They had their chances to do something pretty significant here.
Yeah, they're the new kids on the block. And, we wondered what went on with the Eagles last year. It was one of the, I wouldn't say one of my favorite things to talk about, but it was really something that intrigued me so much that after that 49er game in which Brock Purdy and friends just dismantled them, they completely fell apart. And you have to give them credit. This isn't some newfangled team they've grabbed some help certainly in Saquon Barkley, but a lot of the similar characters from a couple of years ago. And by the way, they also lost Jason Kelsey, which was a huge deal. Mm-hmm. And they're now 14-3. And I know over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be focusing a lot on the Chiefs, but you're going to get that narrative. And I don't think it's a wrong one either, that, hey, we should focus on the Chiefs, but the Eagles are going to go into this feeling disrespected. They're going to feel like the underdogs, because they will be. They're going to feel like they're just there is a placeholder for Patrick Mahomes. And do I think the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl? I do. But do I think it's out of the world to think the Eagles could beat them? Absolutely not, Jason. This is a really good team.
Yeah, and I think they looked obviously different yesterday. We know what Barkley's done. Their defense has been pretty good. Jalen Hurts was hurt, literally. They was worried about his knee. Like, how effective is he going to be? I thought he was really good. He was efficient, ran just enough. Didn't he? Yeah, he ran for 3 touchdowns and threw the ball. I mean, his timing, his throws to Brown and Smith and Goddard, and it just that made them look like the more complete team. And I know we talked about them a lot last year. Remember how good of a start they had, and then they just fell apart after the Niners beat them. And we felt like something was wrong. Sirianni's in trouble. Well, they're right back here, and a lot of credit to them. I think Saquon gave them the juice they needed. And, yeah, they're going to have every chance to beat the Chiefs, of course. And you're right. A lot of the talk over the 2 weeks will be about the Chiefs, but we shouldn't ignore Philly.
10 rushes for 16 yards and 3 touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. What's amazing to me is Barkley had 118 yards and 3 touchdowns. He got 80-something of those in the first half. And I think we could both agree that every single Jalen Hurts run for a touchdown could have absolutely been a Saquon Barkley rush for a touchdown. And I don't want to second guess a coach that has his team in the Super Bowl again. But you got to wonder, with the way Jalen Hurts was banged up, as you mentioned, why they wouldn't. I mean, hell, you can put Saquon Barkley under center. There's a lot of things you could do and let him take the beating rather than Hurts. And we would have been looking yesterday, Jason, at a Saquon Barkley line of about 130 yards and 6 touchdowns. And I don't think that's talking out of school at all. I think Barkley absolutely. Saquon Barkley's season this year is so amazing. But we've looked at the stats before. He's sitting on 13 touchdowns in the regular season, but so many of those touchdowns, 15 overall, were sniped by Jalen Hurts within the 5-yard line. I want to say double digits. Saquon Barkley could have had, he absolutely, with no stretch whatsoever, could have had 20 to 25 touchdowns had they just played that differently. And he could have had 5 or 6 yesterday. So as great as he is and has been, and as much as we're talking about him, his stats don't tell the whole story.
Yeah, and that's just staggering how great his year is. He's one of the finalists for the MVP, that we know it's going to go to most likely a QB. But he's been the difference for them. And like you said earlier, the Giants basically just, we're going to do something else. And oh, man, just, it happens. People made blunders like that, but this was just so up in front, and it's the team in their division, and they're thriving, and he's having a career year, and he's going to the Super Bowl, all to kind of, right in front of the Giants' face, man.
We will talk about that today. We're going to talk a lot more, especially about the Bills-Chiefs, because let's be honest, that was the marquee game, and there's a ton of stuff to talk about and a ton of numbers to go over as well. We've got your Kings as well. We'll look back on the weekend. Kings Rewind at 7, and then, of course, we'll preview at some point old friend Jordy Fernandez and the Brooklyn Nets tonight. We will take a break. When we come back, Jason will take us through the highlights or lowlights, if you will, of Kings and Knicks earlier this weekend right here in your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find: happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service, real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 of these fave items for just $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. It's an incredible deal, but an insanely difficult choice. Do you go double cheeky sando, both spicy and classic, 1 beefy and 1 chicky? Or maybe you go all in on one and go Nug Max. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with saucy nugs. Single item at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately. You should try the Metamucil 2-week challenge. The Metamucil 2-week challenge? Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling? Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Guys, before we get started, I should just let you know that I've started a bit of a culture war that's been going on with my friends over in England and, of course, my hometown brethren. There are actually people in England that believe they have better cuisine than we do. And I, for the life of me, I don't understand I get everybody's going to be a homer. Like, that's the ultimate homering, right? Is for your home country. Everyone's going to be a homer. Everyone's going to have their own things. But I literally have people pushing the idea of Yorkshire pudding, which is basically Chris, what the hell is Yorkshire pudding?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it blood?
It's no. It's
that's blood pudding.
Yeah. It's a pastry like Christ. I don't know. It's very bland. And this is a country that has, and look, every country you could pick out something gross. Like my dad used to eat sardines out of a can. They have jellied eels over there, whatever. Yeah, for real. I saw your face, Jason. But
in gravy.
Yeah, and
jellied eels and gravy, like mother used to make.
That sounds Irish, but okay.
It's kind of Scottish there at the end.
Yeah, Scottish. But the thing I think I found over there that's most weird is that they think the idea of our type of biscuit, which again to them is a cookie, they call our biscuits scones, which, as we know, a scone is completely different from a biscuit. That our sausage and pepper gravy on they say that's what they would feed to the dogs. That it's disgusting, and that the way we cook bacon. I mean, right? The way we cook bacon, which is crunchy, cooked, and they cook their bacon medium rare. When you eat it, it's like bacon
5 seconds on each side.
Seriously, and they, honest to God, think that their way of cooking bacon is better. And again, our way of cooking bacon is dog food. I'm open to the idea. I understand that we've assimilated a lot of cultures' foods and that the idea of American food is kind of a myth, but the number one food over there is Indian food. So, like, what are we doing here? So I just want to say, even though I'm spending a lot of time over there, Jason, there is no cuisine like the cuisine we get. We really are lucky to have the food we have and to live in, really, America's breadbasket is what it's called.
Yeah. Did you ever have your beans for breakfast over there?
No, I mean, I did. I tried it before.
Hey, beans for breakfast is good.
I will say this. I would
not their beans.
Okay, that's where I was going to go. Like if it's, I'm down for a good chilaquiles or something that involves like refried beans or pinto beans all day long. Again, it's baked beans without the smokiness of the barbecue sauce flavor. It's sweet, like tomato sauce beans.
Like SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
That's
SpaghettiOs.
Chris, that is a perfect description. It's like SpaghettiOs, but beanios. Which
I'm
is why I have
of SpaghettiOs right now.
By the way, I used to hate SpaghettiOs, dude.
What?
Yeah, I was not a spaghetti. It's too sweet. It tasted like how Chuck E. Cheese's pizza sauce used to taste. Give me the Chef Boyardee beef ravioli, please.
They're the same sauce, I think. One's just a little bit more soupy.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, see, it's the soupiness, right? And
okay.
Speaking of soupy, that was a tough loss against the Knicks.
Yes.
Jason,
totally
you've got highlights to take us through the good, the bad, and the uglier.
Yeah, let's go to Saturday, where I know we're going to have some discussion on when we're talking about the Kings today and their two-game slide here, but some of the struggles continue for De'Aaron Fox. But at this point here in the game, Fox was helping the Kings stay close.
Hard to believe that De'Aaron is now playing in his 8th year in Sacramento. averaging 25.5 points per game, shooting a three and scores his first field goal of the ball game. Oh, that's a nice sight for De'Aaron Fox. Came on his 6th field goal attempt. 2 of his attempts have been from three-point range. That one's successful.
Yeah, certainly, Dave, commendable for Fox to continue to keep playing, but he is struggling with his efficiency right now.
Yeah, and he's getting killed for it by parts of our fan base. And I'm really not enjoying this De'Aaron Fox discourse right now. If you want to explore the idea of could the Kings get something in a trade for him that would improve the team long run, sure. But I've heard things like he's average at his position. I had some guy compare him to the way Nuggets fans enjoy Michael Porter Jr. I've heard that he is being selfish and hurting the team. I've heard that he's lost his ability to score and has never been a good shooter. This is a guy that shot 47% from the field last year as a point guard. This is a guy who regularly leads guards in points in the paint. Like, did we forget that De'Aaron Fox scored, 108, 110 points in 2 games? That was this year. That was literally this season. And you want to be open to everything. You don't want to sound like a ding dong, just slapping people down. But it honestly has become the discourse in our fan base as to how to. I don't know whether it's an age differential or an IQ differential or a casual versus somebody who watches the games differential, but it needs to stop, because in the world of everybody takes rest and everybody has load management. We got a guy in De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. Fox is basically playing with his hand hanging down to the floor, and we're criticizing him for it. Anyways, you can tell all weekend I've been saving that up.
All right, so we got more on this game. Like, the Knicks have a starting 5 that's got so many weapons, so it looked like the Kings elected to have someone other than Towns, than Brunson, at least in the first half. Beat them, and it looked like it was going to happen with OG.
Brunson gives it up to Bridges to the corner to Anunoby, going to try another 3, and he scores this time against DeRozan. No foul that time, but the Knicks are now on top 63-44, and they keep stretching it out. Still got well over 5 minutes to play in this second quarter.
Yeah, the Kings were giving up a ton of points after giving up a big first quarter, 38. Now, the guy that was having some fun in the Garden was Malik Monk. It was a big stage. He was going off, and he was trying to keep the Kings in it by himself. By himself, I say.
Himself.
Yeah, it's coming, I tell you.
And by himself.
Wow. I think we hit Vapor Lock.
Also by himself.
Yeah. One more whirl.
Sabonis with numbers ahead, not a Monk. Right wing, transition 3. Score the triple. Nice knockdown there from Malik Monk. That makes it 63-49, and Monk has now got himself a 16-point first half here at famed Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, Malik ended up talking to everybody that would hear him. He was having some fun, but let's go further on, advance this one. Kings are kind of going back and forth, pulled closer after being down by as much as 19, but by the end of the third quarter, the Knicks would establish things again back in control for them.
For them.
Oh, my goodness. This one's
back in
really
control
today.
It's not so easy, is it, Jason?
I don't even know what's happening
before I
today.
left.
You did. What did you do to this thing?
I put goo in it, glue in it. Back before he left.
There's a run to the rack and an easy score for Bridges. Buzzer. And that's just a horrific breakdown of the Kings defense in the final ticks of the clock in the third quarter. And Doug Christie has been forced to go take a walk. He couldn't have been happy with that.
I did the same thing after that third quarter. I went and took a walk.
It
helps. It really does.
That was a rough third quarter.
It was. Fourth quarter didn't get much better. We even had the basket delay when they tried to figure out how to use a level and a ladder. That was bizarre. But here's how it all ended in New York.
And Sacramento, for the 5th consecutive season, has come into the Garden, and they go home with a cold shoulder from the Knicks. The final score in this one is 143-120. New York gets its 30th win of the season. The Kings have now lost 2 consecutive games to start this trip, and their record now stands at 23-22, and their road record is now at an even 500, 10 wins against 10 losses, as they'll start thinking about the Brooklyn Nets on Monday night across the river.
Yeah, 4 days in New York for these guys.
Hey, G-Man's taking advantage of it. He's seeing like every play.
Yes, and he's been in a few.
Yeah, he was in the choir a little bit, which was nice. Eating a lot of good food too, by the way. G-Man food pictures are off the hook. Yeah, that was lame. The Denver loss was a schedule loss. I know I sound like I'm making excuses here. I am. The Knicks Knicks are good, dude. Knicks are really good. They're really, really good. And for a second, it looked like the Kings might sniff their way back into it, but hey, didn't work out.
Yeah, a lot of weapons. New York hadn't been playing that great over their last 10, so I think they got a really good version of them. Kings needed to be a bit better than they were, but I didn't think it was the worst. But now, when you lose 2 in a row, they've done a good job of avoiding that those streaks since that 6 gamer way back when. They have to get back at it tonight and find a way to win.
Yeah, they do. This is, look, I can handle a Denver loss and a Knicks loss. You lose to Brooklyn. Now we're going to start saying things like, it looks like other teams found the secret and they've figured the film out, and the new coach, it's funny last Saturday, not that there's, a great comparison between soccer and basketball, but, I told you that Huddersfield Town hadn't lost since October 1st. And so, of course, the first match we see last Saturday was against a team, good team, but still behind us in the standings. And they beat us at home 1-0. So we got to see their first loss in months. Now, here's the reason I'm bringing that up. They had fired their manager 3 days prior. And you see this in sports all the time. A new guy comes in, and there is a lot of the time there is a post new manager, new coach bump that you get just because people are shaking up a little bit and you do some different things, and it takes a while for other teams to catch up. I'm not saying that's what's with Doug. I think we've talked about it. There's a lot of substance there that matters, but that's what people will start, I think, to say if they lose tonight. But let's not contemplate that. This is a game I think they're favored by double digits, or should be. They should beat old friend Jordy Fernandez tonight.
Let's hope so. I mean, that team struggled. They've got guys out. Got to take advantage of that opportunity. This was a trip we thought they could go 3-3. They still can. And to me, the 3-3, if it happens and one of the wins is Minnesota, that to me is a really good trip.
Yeah, and honestly, they can't be going down 15, 20 points every game. They have to come out tonight against Brooklyn, a team that they're better than, and just have that energy from the beginning. Maybe they can give my friends at American Energy a call. I'm happy to do that. American Energy right now is a $49 tune-up that I've been telling you about the last few weeks. $49 tune-up because it is a little chilly outside. They want to make sure your furnace is nice and healthy and working well. And, of course, they can even see things before they happen and save you a lot of money in the long run. $49, but if your furnace is over 5 years old, it's free. It's free. Why would you not want a professional, well-to-do company like American Energy sending their pros out to check your furnace for absolutely nothing? Now, if for some reason you need a repair, $50 off your first repair. If you need a new furnace, and I hope you don't, but if you do, half off. Yeah. American Energy Heating and Air has been around since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. So give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. When we come back, let's get into the NFL. The Chiefs beat the Bills. We got some audio for you. The Super Bowl that most of us did not want. We got some pretty cool numbers and factoids for you as well. We're right back after this.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-292-7788. 800-292-7788.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Carrington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
How about you try something new this year? A resolution to enjoy what you drive. And the only way to guarantee that is at Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. And it's not just because they're centrally located right across from Hagan Oaks Golf Course or their huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. It's because their general manager, Chuck Dean, and this team, they really take the time to get to know you and your goals. To them, it's not just about a car sale. It's about building generational relationships with someone you can trust. That's why people come from all over, Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville, because Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, it's where a handshake still means something.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. Jason, why am I so easy? Why do I bite? Why do I have
what happened?
Why do I have the discipline of a 4-year-old? Because I'm in the chat with it. I'm in the chat, and there's like 4 people in there that they've just been on this Fox thing. And why do I bite, man? Why do I bite? Just some of the outlandish stuff that is being said is it's ridiculous. It honestly, like, part of me is like, it's not all of it, but part of me is like, it's so outlandish that I wonder if they're trolling. Like, well, Fox had such a great year last year, then why didn't we make the playoffs? What? You don't make the playoffs, you're gonna look at the guy who's the best on the team. That is exactly what you want to do. Look, anybody on the team is exactly 20% of the team on the floor at any given time. But let's take a look at the guy who was tremendous offensively, shot a career high in almost everything. Oh, and led the league in steals and was clutch in the fourth. Let's look at that. It's got to be Fox. And, you need to move him because, Jason, this is Sacramento. And if you're not cutting it, there's a line of people that want to get here. So why would you gamble on the sure thing, the multi-time all-star entering his prime that wants to be here? Why would you gamble on him when you could trade him for a bunch of little pieces and maybe get better players? Because that's also something that happens historically in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, that part I think is always the backdrop as far as the potential of a trade. And we've said, look, nobody's off limits. I don't think that's an area the Kings are pursuing personally. I don't. And I think if they do, to me that would be in the off season. I think the one that's getting a lot of people questioning right now is whether or not to sit him. And I think that's a really tricky one that we can all say, oh, sit him or don't. Like, sure, come up with your opinion one way or the other. But like, honestly, if you're the decision makers of the Kings, and sometimes you have to protect the athletes from themselves. But if the fact is that De'Aaron Fox has an injured pinky and maybe even the other hand, right, that he's had since training camp. And yes, he is in a bad stretch. No one's denying that. But Dave, like you said earlier, there was a point with that same injured pinky, he scored 60 and followed it up with 49, and not even those two games. Let's take just the rest where he's, was in the top 10 in scoring. He's dropped to like 13th now, but still one of the most gifted scorers, still contributes in other ways. And if he wants to play, that's a really tough one, because also if the blanket statement is, well, rest him, get him better. What is that? What's that timetable? Is that a game? Is that 3 weeks? Is that, and no one's talking about surgery. If you have surgery, that's a game changer.
Yeah, surgery. What I heard the other day is that for him to get better, like he can get marginally better, like the All-Star break, for example, marginally better. But for him to get better, he has to have surgery. And if he has surgery, he's gone for the year. And
yeah, that's off season.
Right. If you think this team is going to be better with De'Aaron, this team can rally. Remember we talked about coaches being gone and the rally behind that. This team can rally with Fox out for a few games. But you're talking about a team with a lack of depth anyways, even though acknowledge that the depth is better in the backcourt. You think they're going to be better long-term without De'Aaron Fox playing? You're high. You are high and pass it to the left-hand side, dude.
Yeah. So I think, again, that becomes a easier thing for us or anybody to say, like, sit him, rest him wait till they come home from the road trip. I'm just going to give a timetable. Okay. I mean, yeah, but is that going to be better? Are you going to cost yourself a game? Maybe you don't, but I think those are tough things to also tell an athlete that is your leader, is your franchise player, and wants to play. Like, that's a really tough conversation. Unless it's something where it's so obvious, and I don't think it's that. Some do, but I personally don't go, oh, he's killing them. No. I mean, okay, if De'Aaron shot the ball better, they would have been closer to the Knicks. They gave up 143 points. I mean, De'Aaron wasn't great offensively, but the team gave up the most points they have all season. You mentioned the schedule loss to Denver. Yeah, De'Aaron would help if he was playing better, more efficiently. But I don't know that they win either of those two games, honestly.
It's just weird how we look. The guy's obviously hurt. If the coaches think they're better without him, you sit him. Right. They obviously do not. And it's just amazing to me beyond all that. Like, look, I get it. He could be like a Mother Teresa, and it doesn't matter. I love De'Aaron Fox. I think he's great. But if there's a way to win a championship without him, that's first and foremost. I get that. And that's where I get where people are coming from. They want to win a title. But we're giving a bunch of stick to a guy that is basically in a contract year, is playing through pain again. Both his hands are jacked right now. Somebody said earlier, like he's doing it for the Supermax. Are you kidding me? He's actually hurting his own value right now. He's actually hurting perhaps his future income. And you don't know what you can get for him. You don't know what you can't get for him. The thing is, it's human nature. Everybody wants what's behind door number 3, because door number 3 could be better than De'Aaron Fox. But what are the odds? Like, look back through the.
Oh,
looks like he froze.
He did freeze.
Did I freeze?
Yeah, we got you.
How often do you get a player like this in Sacramento that wants to be in Sacramento, and to blame him? Well, De'Aaron's been here all these years. They've never made they've won one. They've made one playoff series.
Right.
What? That's his fault? The only reason they made the playoff series was because of him. And you're blaming that guy? That's like serving dinner and you have a filet mignon surrounded by cow turds, and the dinner gets 1 star in its review. And imagine looking at that and going, wow, if that filet mignon was so good, why did it only get 1 star? Tell me why. That is the most asinine way to think possible. And I can only hope that anyone who blames De'Aaron Fox for them not making the playoffs, flush your head, dude. Flush it down the toilet, down the sewer, pull it back out, slap yourself in the face, go grab your mama, have her slap you in the face, and then get real. It's not De'Aaron Fox. He ain't perfect. I'm the guy that wanted him traded 4 years ago. He ain't perfect. But my God, to focus on him as he's the problem?
Right. Soak
your head. All right. So anyways, the Chiefs beat the Bills.
Great.
Right?
Yeah. Good for them.
All right. We'll get to that. See, sorry about that. The chat got me. Kings Rewind coming up. A way to put a good finish on a poopy experience, right? Chris and
maybe we'll
Jason.
See.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be doing all that, and we will laugh, we will cry, we will all be in it together. Kings Rewind coming up next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line, golf, Tiger, Rory, and more. The best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line, golf, Tiger, Rory, and more. The best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find: happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, this is Greg Pop-Up. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
This year, resolve to save on the all-new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates on over 30 new half-ton Silverado LT and RST. After rebates. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area. $8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big. Huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Must own 2011 or newer Chevrolet.
You know, when it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer, and that's especially true when it comes to your garage door. And that's why I recommend National Garage Door, 638-4554. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. Whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family-owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their #1 priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE. It's broken spring experts. Styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of, and that's not good. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're getting a new garage door. We're pretty happy about that. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 638-4554, National Garage Door.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair? What do you mean? Does it not look good? It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret. No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic. Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous. I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going? I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Chris Roulard, all the way till 10 a.m. when we will hear Alan Stiles and his sweet sounds come in for a little crosstalk, some celebrity birthdays and more. In the meantime, there was a game over the weekend, and you guys put together a little funny bit that everybody seems to enjoy. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's hit it. Kings Rewind right now, please.
Well, game 2 of the 6-game road trip took the Kings to the basketball mecca. Bing bong. A visit to the Garden on a Saturday night in New York. The Knicks are one of the best teams in the league as they have 2 all-star starters in Jalen Brunson and Cat.
Yum, 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 yum.
The teams are built in a similar way as their benches are a bit thin, and they rely for heavy minutes and production from their starters. The Kings have struggled to win in New York as their last W there came in 2019 before the pandemic.
I couldn't care less about the team struggling.
I want to kiss you. The first quarter started quickly for the home team as the Kings watched the Knicks hit a bunch of three-pointers, and most of them by OG Anunoby.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, hi. Kings head coach Doug Christie changed the rotation a bit as his first sub off the bench on Saturday was the flamethrower from the Denver game in Doug McDermott.
I'm loving it.
The Kings found themselves down 19 on the road again, but cue up the classic Kings comeback.
It's the final countdown.
Most of the work was being done by Malik Monk, who was on a heater and let all of the Garden know about it.
I'm a pizza guy.
In the second quarter, make that the third quarter, the Kings would take a step forward and then take 2 steps back.
We come together because opposites attract, and you know.
The Kings were within striking distance, but they trailed by 11 going into the final quarter.
A hope, a chance.
The good news, though, for the Kings, since the coaching change, they have won or tied every fourth quarter under Doug Christie.
Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen. If I was informed correctly, the clock is ticking. Is that right, Jimmy?
Well, just 1 minute into the fourth quarter, the game was stopped because the basket the Knicks were shooting at appeared to be slightly off center.
What the hell is that? How did that dang deal get here?
Well, with the equipment malfunction and the basket askew, Bob the Builder came out with his ladder and level and did his best to restore order.
Somebody call for repairs?
Oh, yeah,
Cousin Nicky! It's me, Cousin Nicky. I'm walking here.
After the lengthy delay, it appeared to supercharge the Knicks, and the Kings never got close again.
Oh,
The Knicks would blow the game wide open, much to the delight of Knicks regulars Spike Lee, Chris Rock, and Adam Sandler.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
The Kings gave up a season-high points, field goals made, and assists allowed.
Oh, look at me. I'm making people happy. I'm the magical man from Happy Land in a gumdrop house on Lollipop Lane. Oh, by the way, I was being sarcastic.
The Knicks starters combined for 123 points, 42 rebounds, and 35 assists.
Oh, good for you.
The Kings now have lost 2 in a row, and they have fallen from 7th to 10th during the mini slide. They stayed in New York, and tonight will battle the Brooklyn Nets, who have lost 10 straight games at home.
Excuse me, young people.
Yeah?
Perhaps you can help me. I'm a bit lost.
Sure, no problem.
Where Brooklyn at?
The Kings will also reunite with former assistant coach Jordy Fernandez.
I don't think about you at all.
Shameless plug, game today, 4:30 on Sacktown Sports with the one, the only G-Man, Gary Gerald.
It's not often in the NBA that you have someone slide up behind you while you're broadcasting a ball game and starts kind of erotically rubbing your back. And I'm saying, wait a minute, what's going on here?
And that is your rewind. I knew that last one would catch you.
That was great.
It's not often. Can we hear that again, Chris?
It's not often in the NBA that you have someone slide up behind you while you're broadcasting a ball game and starts kind of erotically rubbing your back. And I'm saying, wait a minute, what's going on here?
You're welcome.
You had a Bob the Builder one in there, which holds a special place in my heart because that was my daughter's favorite show growing up for about a year. But the problem is she didn't know how to say it.
Okay.
So she would say she was just learning how to talk, and she would go Bob the Builder, but it wouldn't be Bob the Builder. She would say Baba Boner, Baba Boner, Baba Boner, which sounds like something else.
Yeah.
And
Close.
She would say it repeatedly, and we would laugh about it. So forever, Bob the Builder that's not going to be the name to me. And it's just things you just don't want your kids saying out loud. But
but then you repeat them later on the radio.
I think I actually filmed it and put it on Facebook at one point, which was, remember Chase, were you around when I got suspended from Facebook for like 3 weeks?
No, I don't. Well, I was around, but I don't remember why.
Chris, do you remember?
Very serious charge.
Very honestly, the charge. This is everybody. Wait for me, please. Don't isolate this. Wait for the end of the story. The charge was underage nudity. Yeah, it really was, and I got suspended for it. Here's what it was. Do you remember the I don't know, it was a meme basically for like a couple of weeks. I don't know how it started. I want to say it was a lady that did it. Maybe it was a kid, but they go sitting on the toilet, sitting on the toilet, sitting on the toilet. Now flush. Remember that? Okay. So my daughter was on her little potty and she was saying it, and it was like a side view. The most innocent thing in the world. You saw like a little kid leg. It was the most innocent thing in the world, but somebody reported it for that. And then I had to go through this whole review thing. And then finally they were like, yeah, this is stupid. You're good. But yeah, that's what happened.
Mr. Book let you back on.
Yeah. I called Zuck.
Yeah.
I said, what the Zuck? What's going on, dude? That was right when he was getting into MMA. Yeah, that was a lame loss. I feel like Denver and the Kings are actually pretty close to each other. The Knicks are a whole different thing, and I don't know if you noticed this or not, but the refs call games differently. I think when the Kings are on the East Coast or playing a team like the Knicks, and I don't necessarily hate it. Like I actually like that they'll let certain teams play, or when they let teams play, when they let defense happen, when you don't breathe on a guy and he falls over. But I think when the Knicks play like that every single night, the refs kind of know it and they call the game a little bit differently. And when you're a team like the Kings that doesn't play like that every night, because you can't really do that in the Western Conference, I just sensed, not in a way where it was the refs' fault. I'm not saying that at all. I actually thought the refs did a great job, but it just seemed to me the game's called. There's a little bit more leeway in how those games are called.
Yeah, it was interesting that I felt both teams were really agitated about that most of the night. And so I know the Kings felt probably slighted. It seemed like the Knicks felt slighted. But it was pretty physical. They play a physical brand. I mean, that's Tibbs, right? That's kind of what his way he's been. But to me, it was about what their offense did. Man, they were cooking offensively.
I'm not here to say that the Kings will win a championship, or excuse me, I am here to say the Kings will win a championship. I'm not here to say the Knicks will win a championship, but that team really is built for the playoffs. When things slow down, when defense is allowed a little bit more, they've got guys that can hit threes. I think the Mikal Bridges acquisition is still almost a little underrated because he had a funky start and changed his shot mechanics. But I think if they're healthy and they're playing to their, what do I mean by this? If they're playing to the level they should be playing at, they're going to be a hard out in the East, dude. Really hard out.
Yeah, I think, I wrote that in there on the rewind, but I think these teams they're not the exact same, but kind of they're so strong in their starting five. I wonder about their depth, but when you get to the playoffs, which they will be there, the Knicks, there's more rest between games. They can kind of rely heavy minutes on the five, but they go all in on their starting five, much like the Kings. So if the Knicks can add some depth, that'll probably help them, but their best players are those five guys. So that's the guys they play.
Are you saying Tibbs plays his guys a lot of time?
Well, if that was our concern here, I don't know if they're saying the same stuff in New York, but they do it. That's what they do. They got guys that play more minutes than the Kings.
We'll take a break when we come back. Just a 1 minute break here, so no going away. When we come back, 3 for Madness. Ichiro is awesome, and we have more reasons as to why he is awesome. They're tweaking the NBA All-Star Game again. We'll fill you in on that. And the dead week. And I've got an idea, Jason, I have not shared with you that I want to run by you about this dead week. And no, it's not the College Football National Championship, which I already ran by you. It's a different one. So we'll get to 3 for Madness. We'll get to that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Make a smarter resolution this year. Grab the keys to a new Toyota hybrid and turn everyday drives into exciting adventures. Now is the time to shop great deals. Choose between 16 Toyota hybrid models from the longest-lasting brand on the road. Every new Toyota includes Toyota Care, 2 years of complimentary scheduled maintenance. Go further with more MPG in a new Toyota hybrid.
Grab the keys, come on, let's go.
Toyota, let's go places.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Carrington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Okay, so that was funny. So because I wasn't here Friday, I didn't recognize the 3 for Madness on our sheet. And sometimes Jason will, every once in a while, Jason will kind of poke in and write something. And so I just assumed when I read 3 for Madness, which is a part of the show I usually write, that Jason had done that mainly because of the whole one more week of NFL action. But when you said after this weekend, I probably should have read that part. So I just read the promo for last week's 3 for Madness. So during the break, after you informed me, I rewrote 2 of those questions, and I don't think they've made it over to Chris yet. So would you like me to ask the first 2?
Sure.
Okay.
Unless, Chris, you have them.
It's loading.
No,
it's loading. All right.
I do have it. I do have it.
You do have it. Okay. Notice there's not a number 2 by the second one, so just look out for that. But there you go. Question 1.
If the Kings lose tonight, what's your panic level at 1 to 10?
8. If they lose to the Brooklyn Nets, they've lost, they lose those 3 in a row to start the road trip. If they lose to a Brooklyn Nets team that hasn't won at home in 10 tries and is clearly tanking, yeah, that's going to be panic. The only by the way, there's no excuse to lose tonight. I will say, so I'm not making an excuse preemptively. I will say the one thing I'm worried about is, you're facing your ex-coach. How good is Jordy going to be at exploiting King's weaknesses that he's very, very, very aware of, with largely the same roster here that was here last year? So this could be a better game than it should be because of that. And I'm stretching here, but Jason, they should 100% win this game.
Absolutely. I mean, I tend never to panic, so I don't know where it would be more. I'm not really worried right now by the 2 losses. So if I'm at a 0 or 1, I guess I would definitely go up. I would be disappointed, concerned that, okay, what's going on with these guys? Besides the Nets struggling at home, they just struggled. They came out here, they did beat the Kings the first time, and I think they won the next 2 on the road trip. It's like, man, maybe the Nets are better than we thought. I think they got to 9-10. And now they're 14-32. They've just been bad. And they got a lot of guys out, including a guy that's rumored to the Kings and other teams like Cam Johnson. A lot of people are hurt. So it's not even their full roster. Again, the Nets will win some games. It just can't be tonight if you're the Kings. So it would obviously go up to around a 6 for me. But, yeah, this, again, must win, whatever, need to win, however you want to deem it. You just need to get through tonight and the end of the night. Kings need to be in the win column.
Kings lose tonight. I'm coming in tomorrow with hot trade De'Aaron Fox takes.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And bench him.
Bench him, trade him, all of that. Question 2, please.
Question 2.
The TGL had another week of fake golf. Any better?
No. And I don't know the guy's name, or I would share it, but guys, I saw about a 12-minute video over the weekend. It's a golf YouTuber that this dude specializes in reviewing and talking about golf simulator gear. And he really, it's a little bit of an offshoot of what we talked about after the first round of this golf stuff, but he really laid it out with stats and numbers. He was talking about how the reason why this league won't work as is because of the inaccuracy in the equipment. And he mentioned that Tiger Woods has a partnership, not just in the league, but also in the company that makes this equipment. He said it's not even top 5. It's probably not even top 10 when it comes to accuracy. And he was laying out all these numbers, like with the TrackMan system and all these others that they don't use and how great they are. When you see these golfers, and the example he used was the same one we did, like Tiger Woods, 110 out from the green, and he hits the ball 20, 30 yards over the green, and you saw that all over the place. These guys, not that they don't have bad shots, but they're so exacting, and golf is such a game of precision that if you can't have that type of precision, you also have people betting on these matches as well. There's gambling going on. So they're going to have to figure something out. And I don't know if their contracting will allow them to switch out the technology, but they got a major problem. And I thought this dude really, I'll find it and I'll tweet it out. This dude did a really good job of breaking it down.
This may not be an accurate analogy, but it's something I thought of with this, Dave. So you, I can't remember. You don't really like to play blackjack much, or do you?
I do. I don't. I have a gambling problem. But I very much love. Yes, I very much like blackjack.
So where I'm going with that is I like to play, and I would like to play with a dealer in the cards and see it in tangible. Like I can see, oh, this is what Chris has, this is what Dave has, this is what, so on and so forth. There's games that are at the casino as well that you can play on a machine and you can play blackjack. I don't like that. I don't. It's the same game, but in my mind, I'm like, yeah, it's a computer. Are they going to have different? I don't know. And that's maybe it's more of a mental thing. But when you've got the real thing with golf, I personally would much prefer to watch that than this. And so I think with that combined with, you can have they have the right people playing. I mean, it's not a lack of stars. It's just I'd rather see Justin Thomas and Tiger Woods and the rest of them playing on a real course.
I think your analogy is perfect, Jason. I think if you're walking around a casino and you see a 1 or a 2 deck shoe versus a 10 deck shoe, I want to play on not that I'm a card counter or I'm good at it, but I'm better on a 1 or 2 deck shoe. I know how many kings, aces, etc. are in there. I'll never play digital, but also it's the little things too that give the house just a tiny bit of an edge. Like if dealers can stay on a soft 17 versus hitting on a soft 17, or what blackjack pays out. And every single tiny difference makes a difference overall in your pocketbook and whether or not the house is going to win and by how much. So I think you're right. It may not be these glaring, crazy things, but even just a little bit, they add up. And if you're trying to have an actual serious competitive league, and I think the basic idea is cool. Golf simulators are fun. I think it's fun to watch these guys on them. I personally would rather see a league where they went out and played a bunch of public courses. I'd love to see a league where manufacturers they were only allowed to play with equipment, clubs and balls that were made before 1970. I think there's a lot of fun things you could do with golf to make it better, including putting them on a miniature golf course for a couple of. You could do a whole Olympic golf. Thank you, Scott Marsh, but this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
All right, number 3, please.
Question 3.
Better meal. Texas barbecue or Sunday roast?
Well, since that's such an easy question, it's Texas barbecue, and the only person that's going to disagree with that is somebody that is from the UK and is biased and just doesn't have taste buds. Does anyone on the show disagree? Is anybody else going to say Sunday roast? I assume not.
Wait, I need. Well, let's challenge this a little bit. What's in the what are we doing? Texas barbecue,
brisket, obviously.
Brisket, ribs, maybe some chicken. Obviously
I'll throw some coleslaw in there for you too.
Okay, and then describe the Sunday roast.
Beef, like a roasted beef on top of mashed potatoes with some carrots and other veggies and a kind of a thin gravy on top with what Yorkshire pudding, which is basically like I don't know, their version of a biscuit, I guess, pastry that you put the gravy on.
Okay. Texas barbecue for the win, but it's closer than you think.
Really?
Yeah, for me.
Well,
yeah, but Texas barbecue wins.
I would say this, Jason, in your defense, have you ever had a traditional English Sunday roast?
No, not that.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of an Americanized one.
Yeah, an Americanized one would be a lot better because the English Sunday roast, I went 4 different places because I was so stoked over it and I wanted to experience it, and then I didn't like the first one, so I went, well, it's just probably a bad place. 4 places, it's just not good, dude. It's just
okay. I believe you.
Yeah.
Without the flavoring, spice, whatever. Just I think of it as Americanized. I like it, but it's not better than barbecue. No, barbecue would win for me.
I would also like to go back to the question we had last Friday. Are you going to be depressed about the week off? Because I was thinking about this. Remember, we brought up the whole national championship thing on the week off. Jason, what about this? In a world in which in a world in which you hear NFL owners want to go to 18, if not 20 games, in a world in which you can't get enough football, what about the losers of the championship games, which happens in other sports, playing in the off week for third place, in which there's some sort of prize and trophy involved to make it worth their while, plus they get another game check? You know it would be watched. You know it would get huge ratings. It gives you another football game. And I know we have the NBA Cup and how goofy that is, but I would say this. I think it'd be kind of cool to watch the Bills and the Commanders play this Sunday.
I don't know. We're such a society now that's put everything on first place. And so the second you get eliminated, like, look at the faces of Josh Allen and Jaden Daniels when they lost yesterday. It's like, That's okay, guys. Get ready to play each other this. I think they're done. They're done.
Chris, you're more international sportsy than we are. You know this is a pretty common thing, especially with the Olympics and stuff like that. You think I think Jason has some really good points that we are you're going to ask Josh Allen and Jalen Daniels. I don't know how you get them to care about it. I know people would watch it. I just don't know how you get them to care about it.
And wouldn't agents also say, no. My $50 million quarterback's not playing another game that he can get hurt in?
Well, I mean, I don't know, because first off, if it's look, that's the funny thing about playoffs is that the money you get in exchange for the amount of wear and tear and work you put on your body, like for this trophy, that professional sports is basically the only job where you actually want to you want to deplete your vacation by a month or two and continue to play. I mean, they're going to get an extra game check. They're going to get more exposure. They're going to get, I would assume, some sort of bonus money on top of that. I don't know. I don't know how you motivate them to do it. I do know people would watch it. I do know it would get a lot of ratings. I just don't. You're right. I don't know how you.
What if we took like the best players from all of the teams in the NFL and had them play against each other for one game?
What if we added in maybe? Ooh, that's a good idea. What could you do? Like maybe a skills competition?
What if you had, would you be better off if you had the last two teams playing for the first pick?
Ooh.
Because they've been off, and then you go, you've got some time. It's like, all right, I don't even know the teams, but
wait, so you have like Carolina and the Giants or something, or Tennessee?
Yep. It's still NFL, which people would watch, but it's like the reward truly is the first pick in the NFL draft.
Toto presents the Toilet Bowl.
Yeah.
By the way, Toto's a brand of toilet, in case that went over anyone's head. Not just a great band.
Hold
all right,
well,
we'll see. Tell you what. Yeah, we'll think about it during the break. Think about it during the break.
I'll think about it during the break.
Let's think about it during the break. And while we're thinking about it, let's get a word from Overhead if we can. Maybe it's the sub Super Bowl brought to you by Overhead. Jason will discuss that during the break. When we come back, the Chiefs beat the Bills, and we have numbers for you as well. We'll get to that next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win.
He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. I mentioned them earlier. It was so great to see them out this last weekend down in Elk Grove at the Project Ride Crab Feed. They have been giving back to the community for years and years and will continue to do so. And also they want to kind of put a warning out there for everybody. We know how cold it's been. Man, this morning, another morning coming in, just really cold temperatures. And winter can be tough on your garage door. So the question you have to ask, is yours ready to handle the cold? Well, don't wait for your garage door to break down on a freezing cold morning this upcoming wintertime. And this February, Overhead Door Company of Sacramento is offering their Sweetheart Special, $150 off a garage door with a purchase of a garage door opener. So don't let winter slow you down. Visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com for your free estimate. And you'll know that you're working with a tried and true, proven company with great people that have been serving our region for 70 plus years. Third generation owned company. Again, terrific people, and they want to help. And you can also check them out. Join them this Friday through Sunday at Cal Expo for the 2025 Northern California Home Show. They are out and about. You get to see them there. If you don't go by their showroom, which you can come visit and see all their products there, right there off Franklin Boulevard. You can check out their website, as I mentioned earlier, or contact them via phone at 916-421-3747. That's 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you gotta drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Pitches it out to Barkley, takes off to the outside. He's at the 50, he's at the 40, he's at the 30, he's going to go. 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Saquon Barkley, 60 yards on his opening touch.
He's good.
Real good.
He's good. I know we were gonna hit the Eagles here hard, but we skipped the Chiefs Bills earlier because of the stupid Fox discourse that I fell for. We can knock them both out here though, Jason. There's a lot to go through. I got a lot of factoids for you, and I'm going to do my best to skip the ones that Chris is going to use later. How about this? The Chiefs are the first team in NFL history to eliminate the same opponent from the playoffs 4 times in a 5-year span. That's not fun for the Bills.
No.
The Bills are the first team in NFL history to win a playoff game in 5 straight seasons, but not reach the Super Bowl in any of them.
Man.
Yeah, we already know they lost 4 straight Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes, since becoming the starter, year 1, AFC Championship. Year 2, won the Super Bowl. Year 3, lost the Super Bowl. Year 4, AFC Championship. Year 5, won the Super Bowl. Year 6, won the Super Bowl. Year 7, he's in the Super Bowl. He might win the Super Bowl. So if you're wondering, and you probably weren't, through their first 7 seasons as a starter, Patrick Mahomes is 17-3 in the playoffs. Tom Brady was 14-3. Patrick Mahomes has 5 AFC titles. Brady had 4. They both have 3 Super Bowls, and Patrick Mahomes could pass Tom Brady in 2 weeks. So the comparisons are very fair, Jason, between the two of them.
It's amazing what the Chiefs are doing, how they've done it, how they continue to do it. This year specifically was probably more defense than offense, but yesterday offense was there when they needed them. Andy Reid's great at his job. Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, just go down the line. I mean, it's amazing, and I think it. The part that's not a surprise to me is kind of stuff we talked about throughout the year, Dave. That there are so many good teams and really quarterbacks in the AFC, and if Mahomes keeps doing this, he is killing careers. And it's unfair because the narrative might be like it was a week ago, oh, Lamar Jackson can't win the big game. Some might go, Josh Allen can't. Yeah, he has not won this game. He has not been able to beat Mahomes in the playoffs. He wasn't the problem yesterday. He was good. But the narrative would be, Josh Allen can't win the big game. And that's when we put so much on the QB, that's kind of where things go. And I feel for the Bills who, weren't perfect, but they didn't turn the ball over. They did enough things to win a game on the road in Kansas City. And there's a few things to look at that were differences, and they end up losing. And it's just, man, it's Phil Mickelson being around with Tiger Woods. It's other great athletes that have to watch other people keep them from getting there. And Mahomes has done this to a lot of people.
And even Phil Mickelson has a couple of green jackets, but Josh Allen, not so much. Chris is going to have an expansion of a stat very similar to this a little bit later, but since 2020, since just in the last 5 years, teams with 4 touchdowns or more, as you just mentioned, and 0 turnovers are 21-2. You can probably guess who has both those losses. It's the Bills. It's the Bills, by the way. It's the Bills. Since the start of the 2019 postseason, the Chiefs have had 11 playoff drives in the fourth quarter or overtime when down by a score. They've had 11 drives in the fourth quarter or OT in the playoffs since 2019. 7 touchdowns, 4 game-tying field goals in 11 playoff drives. Mahomes has been an NFL starter for 7 seasons, and the worst finish of his career, losing in the AFC Championship game both times in overtime. The other 5 seasons, he made the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are looking to be the first team in NFL history to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. They are the first team in NFL history to reach 5 Super Bowls in 6 seasons. Patrick Mahomes has beaten Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen the past 3 seasons to make the Super Bowl. He is 6-1 versus those 3 in the playoffs. Now, we'll go back and forth here. I've got a couple Eagles things for you. The Eagles, this is just for fun, rushed for more touchdowns in the NFC Championship game than the Cowboys did all season.
Wow.
7-6.
Wow.
Looking forward to that Jerry Jones press conference, by the way, coming up today or tomorrow. Patrick Mahomes has trailed in the fourth quarter in 9 of his playoff games. He has come back to win 6 and forced overtime in 2 others before he lost. His rating is 132.2 with 5 touchdown passes and 1 TD run when down 1 to 8 points, between 1 and 8 points in the fourth or OT, leading scoring on 13 of 14 drives. Now that Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen have played each other 9 times, including the playoffs, Mahomes' team, the Chiefs, has outscored Josh Allen's Bills 245 to 240.
Man.
Right? So here's something that I thought you would really be interested in just to cap this whole thing off. I even took a screenshot of it. Let me pull it up. The Buffalo Bills traded with the Chiefs to allow them to draft Xavier Worthy. He had 10 catches for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns against Buffalo. But that's not the one we should all be thinking about. Because in 2017, the Buffalo Bills received the number 27 pick, a 2017 third-round pick, and a 2018 first-round pick. They traded the Chiefs their number 10 pick. You remember who the Chiefs drafted number 10 in 2017, Jason? I'll give you a hint. He's a really good quarterback.
Oh, thanks. I need that one.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes. Now, to be fair, the Bills ended up using those picks and drafting Tre'Davious White, Tremaine Edmonds, Deion Dawkins, Zay Jones, and Sharon Neal, all-pro cornerback, two-time Pro Bowl linebacker, a Pro Bowl left tackle, and a really solid reserve defensive back as a result of the deal. They actually did quite well in the trade, but they have made trades that directly led to the Chiefs drafting both Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy, which is really mind-blowing when you think about it.
I mean, it was a really a fun game to watch. I mean, I just gutted for Bills fans. Man, they get tortured every year, don't they?
Well, they can say they're the first team to ever lose 4 Super Bowls in a row. They can also say that they have a quarterback who is the first quarterback to lose 4 playoff starts against another quarterback. Lastly, because Chris is saying we got a break, and I get it. I believe this is also the first time in NFL history where the winningest coach for the Chiefs all time is facing a team in which he's also the winningest coach of all time for. Andy Reid. Andy Reid is the winningest coach in history for both Philadelphia and Kansas City. We've got more numbers for you. There's a lot to get to. And we've still got to talk a little bit more about Jaden Daniels and where the Commanders go, the Eagles going back. Who the hell are you supposed to root for in this thing? It's like kissing your sister and brother and mother all at the same time. But when we come back, I'll leave you all that visual. You got Brooklyn tonight. Are you worried about these losses? And we got a Jiffy Lube drive of the game Jason's got for you for a $100 gift certificate to the Lube. We'll take a break. When we come back, all that Kings talk coming up next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it. And now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
My good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an amazing New Year oil change special going on right now for the month of January. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for a full synthetic motor oil change with a $33 off online coupon from JiffyLube.com today. Offer valid for up to 5 quarts of premium motor oil, specialty vehicles, and diesel extra. Happy New Year from Jiffy Lube.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
This year, resolve to save on the all-new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy with $8,000 off MSRP after rebates on over 30 new half-ton Silverado LT and RST after rebates. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area. $8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers based on 2011 or newer Chevrolet.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
Carmichael Dave.
He just has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Still a lot of football and basketball to get to. We're going to get to the Kings here, guys. But I got to ask you, I didn't talk to you much over the weekend. Did you see the clip of James Harden getting elbowed in the face by Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I actually missed that one.
Okay, so I tweeted it out. Well, somebody else did, and I just stole their video. But Giannis came down. They were dribbling mid-court, and he kind of, I think he crossed over or something. Anyways, and his arm kind of comes down, and his elbow goes right across James Harden. And James Harden jerks his head back and just completely falls on his back, slides on the ground. And, it's obviously a foul on Giannis, and the Clippers get the ball. When you look at the video, though, you realize from the side angle, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he literally never touched James Harden. His elbow came incredibly close to James Harden's forehead. But you can see the space in between Giannis's elbow and Harden's forehead. And then you see Harden jerk his head back and do the whole fall backwards slide on the ground. He's hurt, and they get the ball. So I don't blame the referees one bit in that situation, because it was you had to look at a side angle. It was such a close call. But I just want to, for the record, because we talked about this before, say, number one, I hate sports hate. I hate James Harden. He is a total cancer on the game. He is the most unethical basketball player to ever play in the NBA, and he can't retire soon enough. Just, wow. God bless. Go away. You've got tons of money. Live your life. He might be a great guy. It's not personal. I hate his game. Talented guy. Super talented guy, but has pulled this garbage his whole career.
It's not personal. I just hate you.
I sports hate you.
I did see I watched your clip. Yeah, he totally missed him.
He 100% missed him.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. James Harden is not the cause. James Harden is the symptom. And what I do not understand, and next time we get Adam Silver on, I'm going to ask him this question. I swear to God I will. Why is it that the league, who has the mechanism, to do this, why were we not reading a story, Jason, the very next day that James Harden, I'm sure if they did this regularly, it would be his 8th offense, but he's been suspended a game. He has been fined $100,000, and the team has been fined $250,000 for egregious flopping. And you would take care of this. You could end flopping for the most part. 90% of the European soccer style garbage flopping that has entered the NBA, you could end it in a matter of a couple of weeks by going back retroactively and regularly. Coaches can complain. They send a complaint to the league. The league looks at it. The league determines if it was a flop or, in that case, an Oscar-winning performance. You suspend them. You fine them. They miss real time. They get fined real money. Charities benefit because that's where the money's supposed to go. And no more flopping. Can anybody give me, honest to God, I mean, I'm asking here, can anybody give me a real reason why they don't do that?
No, and I mean, well, no, not a real reason.
I'm guessing it would be a union thing.
Yeah, to protect the players, like we could say they've been fined, or just kind of get it, let them know. But yeah, to make it public, very public like that, I think would be beneficial. But maybe the league is like, yeah, we're going to try to protect our guys, but they're not as protecting of a guy who got in an altercation.
Not at all. And Chris, I think, I know I asked for you guys to search for a reason. I get it. I would counter the union thing by simply saying, wait till next year, put out a memo to everybody. Guys, we're enforcing this, and here is on paper, first offense, second offense, third offense on up, just like they do with technical fouls and other stuff, and then enforce it. And when you have situations like that, Jason, where you have clear-cut video, the union can cry all they want. Screw them. That the video's right here. You flopped, unless James Harden's going to try to push the agenda that the wind was so hard off of Giannis's elbow passing him that it caused him to, his eye got wind in it and a bug flew. Like, come on, dude. There's so many problems in sports, like in football. Why we're still relying on 1800s technology to decide where a ball is when it's first down. Why in tennis are we able to do replays in like 1 second and you know exactly where the ball hit, but we can't put a freaking chip in the football that tells you exactly where the ball is and compare it to where the first down line is by 2 other chips so that you can simply challenge it and look and you see that the tip of the ball passed where the exact millimeter of the first down line was, and boom. Like these things are fixable and they don't fix them, and I hate it. Anyways. That's my rant for today. So Kings tonight taking on the Brooklyn Nets. And speaking of the Kings, I should say this because I tweeted out earlier, I think on Friday, but sources say, guys, that John Collins talks have been heating up a little bit. And not that it's imminent, but that there's definitely some discourse going on between the Kings and the Jazz regarding John Collins. We've posited before that Cam Johnson's probably their number one target for sure, but that price, there are a lot of teams out there that can very easily outbid, I think, what Monty is willing to offer. And it does seem like John Collins is kind of the backup plan, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on as a move the Kings would make before the deadline.
Yeah, and the one I've had some reservations about John Collins, and my biggest one has been, what do you think Danny Ainge's asking price is? It's interesting because I know there's some thought that Cam Johnson's asking price would be a lot. Right now he's injured, doesn't mean that would change his asking price, but Collins and Ainge, it just feels like, Ainge has received a lot for players he's dealt out before, and I don't know that he's going to get the same as he got for Gobert or Mitchell, but he's going to want to live close to that land. I'm like, I don't know. What do you think the asking price would be if we're talking Kings?
I think it's somewhere. I think one of the reasons why it's attractive is because I think it's going to be somewhere around. They've, whether it's Herter, Lyles, Herter, somebody else in a pick, that's most likely around what they're offering. And I agree with you on Ainge. Ainge is one of the biggest horse traders there is in the league. The guy is definitely going to get max value. I just don't know how many teams are beating down the door for John Collins like the Kings might, because he fits a very specific need the Kings have. They need more beef down low. John Collins is tall and big. They need a guy who can, kind of help down low with Sabonis, but also spread the floor. John Collins is currently, for all the crap, you hear about John Collins, he's averaging 53, 45, and 87 in his 3 splits. to go with 18 points and 8.5 boards. Now, I know a lot of Kings fans are like, oh, God, not John Collins. Again, I kind of go back to some arguments we've had in the past. We need help. The perfect players that we want out there are not available for what the Kings are shopping. So if you want to add something to this team, and John Collins makes the team better, and you're giving up, God bless him, but you're giving up Kevin Huerter, probably Trey Lyles, who would be missed, but John Collins is a better player than Trey Lyles, and a future pick. I don't know. I mean, it depending on what Danny's being offered, Jason, is the long version. I just don't know that he's being offered much more than that. And if you can throw a pick in there and some salary relief, I think it might interest him.
Yeah, I mean, he would get the expiring in Lyles, a pick potentially if they did Huerter. Where do you think, let's just pretend something along those lines goes down. How do you envision the Kings doing that with Collins? Is he a starter? He's obviously going to play. There's no doubt about that. Is he coming off the bench? How do you think they do that?
I think that would I'm guessing here. They're not putting Sabonis on the bench.
No.
I don't think they're going to bench Keegan Murray. He's their best defender. I don't think you're putting DeRozan on the bench. So I think we're one of two things is going to happen. You're either putting Monk back on the bench, and now he leads that second unit again, and he's been fantastic as a starter as well, or that's your end De'Aaron Fox's season, go get your surgery, move Monk to the point guard, and we'll figure it out next year.
That's your or?
I can't see him. Who else would they put on the bench?
I didn't know if you meant Collins would.
Oh, I don't think they'd trade for Collins. I could, again, I don't want to speak.
So you think they would do that and then have Fox have surgery?
No, I'm saying, though, I think the most likely thing is they wouldn't have Fox have surgery.
Gotcha.
It would just go Fox, DeRozan, Murray, Collins.
Gotcha.
I think that is largely, that's the most likely in my opinion. I'm saying that's the other scenario if I'm really trying to think, but I'm 90% sure that first one is the one.
I got you.
They would do. All right, we will we'll take a break. Wow, that was a couple of quick hours. 1-800-920-1140. That's 1-800-920-1140. If you know the Jiffy Lube drive of the game, give us a call. We'll get to you out of the break, and we'll get you a $100 gift card to Jiffy Lube. When we return, second half of the show, the Super Bowl is all set. Yay. Let's talk about that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line, golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Something amazing is happening here. Scientists are using AI to study how whales talk to each other. CDW experts can give researchers the power to process complex data with HP workstations, advanced by AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro processors. With easier handling of AI workloads, your organization can bring powerful insights to the surface. Make amazing happen. HP, AMD, and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/HPAMD.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-235-5588. That's 800-235-5588. 800-235-5588.
Happy New Grill. Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat as we did on Christmas Eve. Bring out all the flavors of the new year with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Whitey and Napoleon Grills wish you Happy New Year. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton and Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Ladd. Hour 2, hour 3. Wait, is this show flying by, guys? Or is it just me?
It's flying by. Boom.
It is. It is flying by. Are you a Kings fan or are you a De'Aaron Fox fan? We'll get to that tomorrow. But the Super Bowl is set, guys.
Somebody call. Oops, wrong button.
Was that supposed to be something?
I was going to go. So go. What were you saying again?
Are you a Kings fan or are you a De'Aaron Fox fan?
I'm a pizza guy.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of fair. Yeah, we'll get to more Kings later. The Super Bowl is set. It's the Eagles and the Chiefs. Jason Ross, are you excited?
I mean, it's fine. Yeah, the Super Bowl, I'll always be fired up for the game. It's all of it, the game, the commercials, the halftime show. But my question for you, Dave, would be, as a Niner fan, I know you're not particularly fond of the Eagles, but the Chiefs have ruined a couple of opportunities. So if you were to have a team you're leaning towards rooting for, which I don't even think is possible, but who would it be? Who would make you, I guess the way to phrase it, who would make you less upset if they won?
Yeah, this is like I've been thinking about this so hard, and I know that there's people that are I'm not rooting for either of them. That wasn't your question. Your question was which one is less gross to root for if you have to. It's tough, dude, because on one hand, a couple segments ago talked a lot about throughout a lot of Chiefs stats. Here's an interesting one about the Eagles. The Eagles' 19 playoff wins since 2000 is second only to the Patriots. 8 NFC title games, 4 trips to the Super Bowl, and they've done it across 3 different coaching regimes with 3 or more starting quarterbacks. So, yeah, you look at the Chiefs and you say, that's greatness. they've had it with Reed and Spagnuolo and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones. They have done what your other dynastic teams have done, which is you identify, you have a wonderful coaching staff, great front office, superstar quarterback, and then you've got a couple other, like Brady had Gronk and a couple other guys, but they rotated so many throughout the years. And the Chiefs have already done that in a relatively short time. You look at the Eagles, they've had to start over in a lot of different ways. And even just this year, adding Saquon Barkley after last year, it's impressive. So I should be rooting for the Eagles. I should be at least rooting against the Eagles less than the Chiefs, I guess. The problem is, dude, I hate Philly fans so much. I do. They're just such lames. For the most part, we know a very good Eagles fan down the hall in Cody. That's where she's from, Pat, Tom, and Cody. And I know some Eagles fans that are great, but there's just those fan bases that we always make fun of the Lakers and the Cowboys and Warriors fans and all that. But Eagles fans, dude, are just ruthless. They're rough. And I don't know that I want them to be happy. And then there's the other part of me, Jason, that says don't hate greatness. These guys are looking to do something that's never been done before. Even though I was never a Tom Brady or Patriots fan, I didn't have a dog in the fight, but I was able to appreciate the greatness of it. So I don't know, dude. Can ask me again in a week, because I, honest to God, I'm arguing both sides in my head right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on the greatness part. I do appreciate what the Chiefs have done. It's incredibly difficult. It's just difficult to get through an NFL season, to continually do what they've done, to win the division, to get to where they are, to be in this spot again. It's amazing. I mean, it really is. And Buffalo knows it, and the Lions and the Niners and all these other teams know it, that it's difficult to do this. So one other thing on the game yesterday, too, you think everything, not on the up and up, that's not the right way to say it, but you're good with the way that AFC game kind of was played out, officiating, coaching, decisions, all those kind of things?
I don't think the refs cost the Bills the game. Yeah. So
you think that was a first down, though?
I do think it was a first down. And I think even worse, as I said, and I think it was our last segment, you the chains that they use on either side of the field to mark the first down. Okay. The technology exists where you could put a chip in both tips of the football so that you know exactly where to spot the ball, where the ball's forward motion was before at any given point. So you can fix the spotting of the ball there. You can fix whether or not knowing where. Just imagine, like, how you have the yellow first down marker, right? That shows up on TV. Well, imagine that digitally, and then you combine it with the chips in the tips of the football. As soon as the chip hits that marker, which they can do this. It can glow. You literally could have this on TV, Jason, where you could connect that technology to the TV broadcast, and when it's 3rd and 3, the yellow line is yellow, and then as soon as if and when the ball, that chip, crosses that line on your TV, you could see the yellow line turn green or something, and you instantly know it's a first down. The only thing that I think they'd have to work on and challenge is, well, yeah, did the ball go over after a knee hit the ground or something like that? Right. But that's where you'd have replays for. The fact that it's the biggest sport by far in the country and they don't have that type of technology instituted is absolutely stupid.
And you can even see the human error in that, right? When they showed it on TV where the two line judges were coming at different angles, right? One looks like it's clearly a first down, the other one is close, but they didn't see the same thing.
They didn't see the same thing, and then they even went to replay, which is what really bothered me. But it was one of those, we called it on the field, we don't have enough to reverse it.
All stands, yeah.
The other problem is, dude, and they did have the technology for this, and I don't understand it, that was not a catch. That Xavier Worthy dude, that ball clearly hit the ground, and there was a little wobble there, not a ton, but you also had a question over possession as well. So I did have problems with a couple of those calls. There were some holds that were missed as well on one of those returns. People, you can put together a highlight reel or a low light reel, and you can point out all kinds of errors throughout the game. The bottom line is this, dude. The Chiefs came back from being down in the fourth quarter and won. They did everything correctly. The Bills made very few mistakes, but it just seems like the Chiefs have been playing with their food all year, Jason. And I'll finish off with this. I was watching the game and I was thinking about Jerry Jones, because he's going to announce Brian Schottenheimer as his new coach. And this is nothing to do, everything I'm about to say has nothing to do with Brian Schottenheimer. He may be a Hall of Fame coach. We don't know. But what's crazy to me is that the Cowboys are by far the richest team in the league. They're the most profitable team in the league. You look at what the Dodgers are doing to baseball right now, and I have said many times I don't fault the Dodgers. They're taking care of the system. The NFL has a salary cap, but you know where a salary cap doesn't matter? It doesn't matter in the front office, and it doesn't matter with the coaches. If Jerry Jones could get out of his own way, you go to Philadelphia and you say, hey, Howie Rosen, what are you making? We're going to double it. How have the Chiefs kept pretty much their entire coaching staff together for the most part over this run? Nobody's rated Steve Spagnuolo. Nobody's made a huge run hell, Eric Bieniemy couldn't get anywhere. How is a team like the Cowboys not looking at these front offises and these head coaches and these coordinators and saying, I'm grabbing you, I will pay you whatever it takes. This is what it's going to be. I'm tired of this crap. And the reason is because Cowboy fans are too stupid to stop going to games, as most fans are. And when I say stupid, I mean, it's just lack of discipline. You go for the spectacle. You go to do your thing. He has no motivation to stop doing this. So Cowboy fans people say Jerry Jones is to blame for the Cowboys not making that. No, Cowboy fans are 100% to blame for the Cowboys being as bad as they are, because like most fan bases, they won't empower themselves to really make a difference. They just keep going like sheep. And it really, really made me think, when you look at a team like the Chiefs and how relatively stable they've been from quarterback on up, how other teams in a copycat league aren't rating them. And it just isn't happening.
Yeah, I didn't think about that with the Chiefs. They've done an amazing job of keeping that personnel together, that continuity, and that's served them well. Obviously, Andy Reid's now been there a long time, but you're right, most of his assistants, they did replace Nagy came in for Bieniemy, but other than that, I mean, Spags has been there a long time. That continuity has served them well, and they've kept their core players. Teams don't do that a lot or enough, and so good for them and they're reaping the rewards of this.
Good for them and bad for the rest of the league. And I'm specifically looking at the Cowboys, who just continue to recycle bad after bad after bad. You have the most valuable, richest team in it's really an isolated thing. They are the most valuable, richest team by far in the biggest sports league in America, and they continue to be absolutely average and mediocre, and these are unforced errors. That's the issue. Anyways, a lot more. Obviously, we got the next 2 weeks to talk about the Super Bowl in New Orleans, and we'll cover a lot of that in 4 Down territory as well, also at 9 a.m. So we got plenty of football for you. When we get back, though, let's take a quick look back at the first 2 games of the road trip, what the Kings have, more importantly, what they haven't done. And we got some post-game reaction Jason's got for you as well. Just a quick 1-minute break. We're back right after this.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. The Kings lead by 3.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-301-4422. 800-301-4422. 800-301-4422.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sacktown Sports.
Jason, can I say just one last thing about the football discourse? Because I'm looking at our text line at 916-339-1140. Can we just stop with it's a conspiracy, though, please?
Yeah.
Like, I dislike the Chiefs and all that as much as the next guy. And I know that conspiracies are fun to think about, but can we just put on our big boy and big girl hats and realize that the National Football League and the referees are going to conspire so that the Kansas City Chiefs can win multiple Super Bowls? You know, that hotbed of population, ratings, TV markets. Do you not think the NFL knows that Detroit and Buffalo, screw the markets, would have been a higher rated Super Bowl? I mean, we're talking about Kansas City. Like, I know it's fun to think about. Look, we all live off of Occam's razor, and that's how the mind responds. You know, well, that's got to be the most obvious thing, so that's what it is. Think about it, guys. And by guys, I mean like four of you. Do you really think that the most powerful league in the country, the fellow owners, all the people that would have to be involved to do this, you really, really think they're conspiring so that Kansas City can win multiple Super Bowls? Like, think about that. What about 2002, Dave? My point. You're talking about the NBA, literal referees being indicted by the FBI, and a small market in Sacramento versus the Lakers. Now, that doesn't mean that that was a conspiracy, and you're right. What it means is you could make a better case there for the exact opposite reasons of what I'm saying right now. It's going to be a lower rated Super Bowl because of it. And you're asking the other owners to keep a secret. Stop. Just stop. Because it makes the other arguments about it look, it just takes away the credibility. It makes you look dumb. Like, there's no conspiracy. Sorry.
I actually have a script, so sorry.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, too. If you truly believe that it's fixed and that the NFL picks their teams to begin with, and it's just, this is what the Super Bowl is going to be no matter what, and we'll make sure that happens. Why are you still watching? If you truly believe that there's no point of playing the games, that it's just going to happen no matter what, then don't watch.
You're 100% correct. And we will still watch, much like Cowboys fans will. Lastly on that, because we got to move on to the Kings, let me take a fun conversation and make it very serious. If there was a conspiracy to make this happen, people would be murdered by the gambling industry. There's a lot of money riding on these games. And if there was a conspiracy and this was happening, you would have people with holes in their head. That's the reality of the situation. Don't worry about ratings and fans and this and that. Think about just that. Do you really think the gambling industry would allow for a conspiracy at that level to happen and completely destroy the integrity of the game, costing them millions upon millions upon millions of dollars? Come on, man. Soak your head. This will soak your head Monday.
Soak your head. Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Chicken butt. Oh, sorry.
I mentioned earlier, I saw it in the wild, one of our own. I saw JR in the wild.
Oh, boy.
He's here. ready
Oh,
to
boy.
join us this morning. Hey, JR.
Hey, I know people that are in the industry. Here's the thing, Dave. We're big Taylor Swift fans. So the mafia and the gambling industry, we want to see the Chiefs in the championship. That's so bad.
Of course. Those
Hey,
massive ratings.
How about that? Random Jason Ross sighting. And I didn't know you go south of the Sacramento border. I was very interested to find out that you went down to the deep south of Elk Grove. That was a nice place to see you there, J. Ross.
I didn't know I was in the hometown of JR. You own that. You're the mayor of Elk Grove, aren't you?
I've heard that. My wife actually says that to me all the time. Will you shut up? Stop talking to people. What do you think, you're the mayor of this city? I will say, get this, Dave, plot twist. I had maybe a few too many beverages that evening.
No.
So I hope I didn't embarrass myself in front of you, Jason, because I was like, what did I actually say to Jay when he was talking to me? I don't remember.
I reported it all, and yes, your pants you didn't have them on, so I don't know what happened there.
That's where they went. Damn it. Another Saturday night, come home panelist.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not rigged, but you got it. Here's the thing, the business thing, they get a lot more viewership because of the girl up there in that booth. Now, they can't control the element and the outcomes, but you can't tell me Goodell doesn't love the fact that her audience is this new football group that comes to the plate when they advance all the way to the Super Bowl and they're able to talk about it for 2 weeks. There's an element there, right?
Yeah, but what happened? But why were they winning before Taylor Swift?
Why were they winning before? They're really good. Oh, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But it doesn't hurt that she's up there with that girl Caitlin, whatever, which I speak for America when we say we're done with her. We don't need her anymore. But there is an element to me. There's always business aspect that if it sells tickets and it gets viewerships of people that you didn't have before. And with Chris, why do you watch wrestling if you know the outcome?
Because he knows it's fake. Go ahead, Chris. You would answer.
I'd watch NFL if I knew it was fake. But anyway, it was great to see Jason Ross, Carmichael Dave. We talked about you the whole time. And
no, I appreciate it. And listen, I'm a little bit jealous, honestly. And let me just say this just in case, whether you've been drinking or you haven't, or whatever the situation is. If you ever see, if there's ever a situation where you see me in public like you did Jason, just promise me one thing. You will absolutely 100% not come up and talk to me at all, because it'll be weird and socially awkward.
Don't come up to you or come up to you.
No, God, no, don't come up. No, to please.
Stay far away.
I came up to Dave once, and he's like looking at me. He's like, "You're that caller?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "He goes, Whitey likes you. Whitey likes you. That's the only reason we get your call." See you guys.
See ya.
Thank you. I'm joking. I'd love to meet JR. I love meeting everybody. It's fun. It's totally not awkward. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so I guess Taylor Swift is why.
She's the draw.
Taylor Swift is the draw. That's the problem. Is like conspiracy theories are fun, and it's like catnip. Like I don't know, wrong word, but the thing that attracts the flies to the mouse or whatever. Flypaper. What does that have to do with the mouse? I don't know where I'm going. Other than I get it, but like really. It's not. There's no conspiracies.
Nope.
Let's just all calm down. Anyway, Kings
and Knicks. I got some sound here for you here, Dave, from the other night.
Okay.
So they lose to the Knicks. They give up their most points of the year, most assists, most field goals made. It was a tough night because the Knicks were hot most of the night. Let's hear from Doug Christie post game talking about how the Knicks got it done.
A lot of areas that we normally thrive in, and kind of my message to them was kind of they beat us at our own game. Points in the paint, second chance points, fast break points. But we will lick our wounds and be ready to play in Brooklyn for sure.
Yeah, they better be. I mean, that's the key, Dave, right? I mean, you can lose two. You can make sense of losing to Denver in Denver. Certainly losing to the Knicks, there's no shame in that. But today would be a bad one if you lost in Brooklyn to the Nets.
Also, I agree with everything Doug said. Don't lick your wounds. That's weird. Like, and it's not sanitary. You know, the dirtiest place in the human body is your mouth.
Is it true?
Let's just maybe
That
rubbing
does not
alcohol.
sound right.
Well, look it up. Look it
If
up.
you have scope.
Maybe what you've been eating.
Yeah.
Nah, everyone say, yeah, what's the dirtiest place in the body? Everyone goes, your butt. No, it's not. It's your mouth, dude. By like a long shot. So don't lick your wounds. Anyways, Jason, go ahead.
Well, one more here from Doug. We were talking a little bit about De'Aaron Fox earlier, his efficiency or lack thereof lately, his shooting woes. Here's a DC after the game about De'Aaron.
I think more than anything, like what we're learning about Fox is the leadership aspect of the responsibility of being one of the faces of a franchise. And when you look at him being dinged up here and there, and he's buckling up and he's getting at it, that's what leadership is all about. Is that he can affect the game in a lot of different ways. He affects it defensively. He can rebound the basketball. He pushes the ball. It's going to click. Not really worried about that. But I know from being in that position, it's hard. But at the same time, there's a big responsibility, and he is not ducking it. And I respect the hell out of that.
You know, Dave, this would be a really interesting, probably, like when we used to have Kevin Herter on all the time, like a real, hey, keep it 100 player conversation. Like, honestly, is there, what is the value of that? Because I think there is in a player saying visually has an issue with his hand, like he does, but he's been playing through it. And so if you're playing, you're going to get critiqued. And so Fox is hearing it because he's not performing as what we've seen him do before. But for other players to go, man, Fox is going through this. That's awesome. I'm with it. Or are there ever moments like private? I mean, I would hope, Malik's is good for, like, players would go, hey, look, I actually think you're hurting us. I don't know if those conversations happen. And if they do, I think that's really good and healthy communication with the team. But my guess would be telling me that I don't think a player on the team would be telling him that, because I think, one, what he's capable of, what he still is doing even without scoring. But I just really wonder what those internal player conversations are like when a player kind of tries to play through some injuries like this.
I think it's a situation where, look, Malik Monk and De'Aaron go back to college and beyond. I don't think Malik's also the type of dude, for example, that would be afraid to tell anyone anything, much less a guy like De'Aaron Fox, who he knows really well. And I think if it was one of those things where, what was it? What was the movie where, like, the guy needed to stop pitching, where he was going to, like, hurt his rotator cuff, and then he threw the ball at the last and, like, he tore his cuff, but I don't know. I feel like that was a movie.
Rookie of the year.
Was it Rookie of the Year?
I don't know.
No, it was something. No, it was, if it was an injury that could, like, cost De'Aaron Fox long term or whatever, I think a player would say something like Monk. But also, I think it's a lot like when a player's holding out for a contract or there's a money situation and other players are asking, they're like, yeah, we don't get into that. Like, that's his wallet, that's his money, that's his business, that's his bag. And I also think it's like, well, I think people are confused when they think, oh, De'Aaron's hurting the team. Look, he's shooting 39% this month and 28 from beyond the arc, and 20 points, 6 assists, 5 boards, 92% from the line. That's good, actually, and a block and a couple of steals. Like, who else on the team is getting that in those minutes, by the way? And that's like De'Aaron Fox at his worst. Or really, is Devin Carter getting that, or more Malik Monk minutes? Because, that's what he needs. Let's play him 42 a night. Like, the idea that he's hurting the team, I think where people are confused, they're confusing De'Aaron Fox is hurting the team with De'Aaron Fox isn't as good as he normally is.
Right.
And that's a very big distinction, because if you sit Fox, okay, fine. Not only does somebody have to come up and take those minutes, but you're already depleting a lot more depth as well. And good luck. It's silly. So I get it, and I get the question, Jason, but
yeah,
I don't think, and I think if the coaching, look, the coaching staff, the front office, they've got every number. Like, they can tell you not just what he is on and off the floor, but who he's going up against and total points missed and allowed and did. If they numerically thought he was hurting the team, I think we'd be having, and by the way, maybe that will happen. Maybe he's going to go out and play tonight and go 1 of 19 and be shooting the ball, like a flipper with his nose or something, and they're going to sit him. But it doesn't seem likely.
Nope, not at all.
No. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Fourth Down Territory game balls. A new face is an old face in San Francisco, and the Raiders get their guy, and he's a head coach. That was my thing, because he's now the oldest head coach in the National Football League. But was it the right move for Las Vegas? We'll talk about that and more in Fourth Down Territory next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Jason Ross here to tell you about Jonathan Gonzalez and Gonzalez Law right here in downtown Sacramento. Has been serving the area for a long time and getting great results for a lot of people. So he doesn't settle for less, and neither should you. You can call him at 916-304-9187. Check out the website at saclegaldefense.com. As we know, people have a past. Some things you can't shake free, some things that are still following you around that's keeping you from doing some of the things that you would like to do. Well, one of the things he specializes in and has had a high impact on for a lot of people is expungements, taking some of those things off of your past record, criminal defense, sexual harassment cases, auto accidents, wrongful termination. As I mentioned, expungements. He does it all, and he's here to represent you if you're in that area of need. You want to be prepared. You want to know who to call. Again, go to saclegaldefense.com, 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting their focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave coming to you from my good friends at American Energy. Look, it's already cold outside. It's only going to get colder. American Energy wants to help you stay warm and make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of the $49 tune-up inspection. Normally, $119, $49 right now, and that includes a full safety and duct inspection. And check it out. If your system's over 10 years old, and I'll bet it is, the tune-up, it's free. It's free from a company that's been in business since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ Better Business Bureau. Check their Yelp, check their Google reviews. Don't take my word for it. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. If you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Check them out at theaeway.com and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With over 500 new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Lawn. Over an hour and a half to go. We appreciate most of you joining us today. 1-800-920-1140. 916-339-1140. And we've only got a couple more of the, I shouldn't say a couple, a few more of these to go before 4 down territory will eventually morph into, what is it? What's our baseball one? 3 up, 3 down, right?
Oh, safer out?
Safer outs, right? 3 up,
Yeah.
3 down. That'd work too, I guess.
And streaking. You ready to streak again this year?
I'm so ready. I'm always streaking, whether on the show or not. I'm ready to go.
I think we're like 2 months from the A's opener in Sacramento.
I'm glad you said the A's and not the Sacramento A's.
Yeah, they're the Athletics, right?
Who's that?
The
Athletics.
I'm still trying to decide. Jason, have we had a conversation about spring training yet off the air? I can't remember.
No.
I don't know.
Are you going to have one on the air?
Oh,
You're still trying to decide what?
If we go. I mean, not like it's my decision. I'm just saying, like, do we, I mean, we do it. When was the last time we went to spring training? Like 3 years ago?
Yeah, probably about that. Yeah.
We have a good time.
Oh, we have a great time. You love Phoenix.
I love Phoenix. Phoenix is, I'll tell you off the air.
Oh, okay.
But it would be, I mean, look, there's no doubt from a fun standpoint, we should definitely go.
For the fun.
And the golf.
Yeah.
Just wonder for Mashope.
The game of golf.
You know what? Think about the time we went and we played golf. What do you think is my takeaway from the one time you and I played golf in Phoenix?
Okay, all of my memories are of our marathon Olympic cornhole championships.
No. Yeah.
I don't.
Do you remember what you were doing when we played golf that one time there?
I don't know. You got me.
Dave got a call from like a telemarketer or something. Which, I mean, we've all, like, it's either like you hang up or whatever. Dave was on the phone with that person for, was it an hour?
It was. I think it was actually a little. It was like 68 minutes or something. I remember.
Why? He just kept stringing him on and saying stuff, giving bogus info. I'm like, what do you?
You used to have that job, Dave. What if someone did that to you?
I would have absolutely deserved it if I would see the little background. And Jason will back me up on this. This wasn't like, hey, my name's Fred, and I'd like to talk to you about your colon, like, or whatever. Like, not that would be a call. Of course, those are just people doing their jobs. No. This was, hey, this is Officer Johnson with the FBI, and it was a scam call. Like, this dude was trying to say that, like,
oh, they're trying to Matt George you.
Yeah. Wait, what? Do I not know this?
That's
story?
an off-the-air story.
Okay, all right. I don't know that story.
I think he should know about it.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe again, much like I didn't remember this. They were trying to do a total scam, and this guy was saying he was with the FBI, and that if I didn't comply, blah blah blah. And I was like, really? And so it was just, all right, I'm messing with you, dude, as long as I possibly can.
You're gonna have to get $500 of gift cards and bring it to this address.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the wrong addresses? And yeah,
what was the one I saw? Somebody got like a week ago. I saw, so it was like, hey, this is Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. I'm still alive. I need $1,000 in iTunes money so that I can have a press conference.
Wait, what was wrong with that one?
I mean, maybe it was real. Who knows?
I mean, I'm $1,000 lighter.
But being as a child, a teenage telemarketer, you learn little tips and tricks on like the worst way. Really, the worst ways to mess with these people is to keep them on the phone and get them going. And so, yeah, this guy was just a D-bag, and that was a good hour, 8 minutes.
What was the final straw for him?
I think Jason, I can't remember, but I think he just got frustrated and swore at me and hung up, or something like that.
Might have been when I hit a shot and yelled, "4!" And he was like, okay, this guy's on the golf course.
I forgot. Oh, so maybe we should go back to spring training.
Finish the call.
Chris, I just got the text. I'm going to blame Jason for the sidetracking here, even though I started it. What do you want to do here? You want to do 4-down territory? You want?
Yeah, we can do it. We just have to be quick.
All right, let's
Hurry
go
up
quickly.
offense.
All right, hurry up offense.
Who gets your game ball from the NFC Championship?
I'm going to give it to Saquon Barkley, and you could give it to Jalen Hurts. You could give it to Nick Sirianni, which I'm tempted to do for getting back there and weathering the storm. But I'm gonna give it to Saquon Barkley. He's been the acquisition. Apologies to Derrick Henry, but Saquon Barkley is in the Super Bowl, and he has been the most consequential acquisition of the offseason. He's really injected new life into this team. And by the way, if there was a reason for me to root for the Philadelphia Eagles, probably the best one would be Saquon Barkley languishing in New York in a dysfunctional franchise and then going and getting a shot at a ring. I would not mind Saquon Barkley marrying a ring or winning a ring.
The narrative to me the last 2 weeks about the Eagles is Jalen Hurts hurting the Eagles? Do they have a chance to win if he plays this poorly? He threw for 128 yards and 131 yards in his first 2 playoff games this year. Yesterday, 246, timely throws, a touchdown, ran for 3. Barkley, the guy's unreal. He's a great choice too, but I'm going to give it to Hurts because that was a little bit more unexpected than what Barkley did, so I'll give it to him.
Second down.
Who gets your game ball from the AFC Championship?
The refs.
There you go. Conspiracy.
Yeah. Kareem Hunt getting in there and kind of breaking some stuff open early was neat. X-Worthy had some plays. Chris Jones is dominant. It's Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to overthink this, dude. Patrick Mahomes is so damn good. And I hate him, and I love him, and I hate him. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to go anywhere else but there. I'm going to just do this one, a different one, because we were talking about it earlier, how they kept the coaching staff continuity. I'm going to give it to Andy Reid.
Oh.
Thumbaruski. Yeah, Andy Reid. I'll give it to him.
Third down.
Robert Saleh is back in San Francisco as DC. Do you like that hire?
Yeah. Look, Robert Saleh can Robert Saleh all he wants, but he's going to have the pieces to work with. You can be the greatest coach. We've talked about this before, but greatest chef in the world, got to have the ingredients. Okay. But it's a familiar face. He understands the system. He works well with the team, and there's still a lot of personnel there that really looks up to him. I think it's a great hire. I'm glad he's back.
What I remember when he was with the 49ers, it was his energy, his passion. Like, they would make big plays, and they'd all come over and energy. They make great plays, and they do chest bumps. They're just such a vibe on that sideline with him. And I think when he's not the head coach, he can kind of play that role, and I think it's going to serve them well. But Dave's right that they need more than just him. The hire's good, but they need more personnel on that side. If they get that, the combination, they'll have a good defense next year.
Fourth down.
The Raiders go with Pete Carroll. Do you like that hire?
I'm going to default a little bit back, guys, to the Robert Saleh hire, which is you've got to have the personnel. I like what the Raiders are doing. I like that they've got a nice young GM that has a great reputation. You pair him up with a dude that obviously knows how to coach. They got a ton of free agent money. They got a decent amount of draft capital. The canvas is there, Jason. They've got they just need to go out and get the right paint, and that's really the hard part. So Pete Carroll can be great, but he's got to have stuff to work with.
Yeah, I actually like it. I don't like, and that Pete Carroll's not one of my favorites, but I look at this and go, it makes sense to me. I don't think like when they've done the last couple of moves, you're like, they probably should have kept Bisaccia. They didn't. Should they have extended Pierce? So they did. This time, I think it's like it's thought out, it's measured. There were some other candidates I'm sure they like too, but this one I don't go, what are they doing? Pete Carroll's one. He's experienced. If he gets those ingredients that he needs, I think they'll do well.
I agree. I'm with you. And by the way, as we go to break, I'll tell you, you said that makes sense to you. You know what doesn't make sense to me? is they don't have expiration dates on condiment packets. And I know we've talked about this before, but can we at some point get to the bottom of that? Either they don't ever expire or they need to put them on the packets.
Okay, but question, follow up.
Yeah.
Follow up on that. You see the expiration date. What are you like, expiration date, I'm done? Or you go, well, that was 2 weeks ago. Should be good.
Okay, so here's the other thing is that how often, sometimes it's an expiration date and sometimes it's a best buy date. And we need to understand that, like, I don't care about best buy, like, oh, it's gonna taste a little bit better. Like, I need to know what is the date when I'm not supposed to eat the thing anymore because it's gonna give me an ouchy tummy or worse. That's all I need to know. We all have a condiment drawer. And I'm here to say, just put a little stamp on it and let me know when I can't eat the fire sauce anymore. Take a break. When we return, we got a lot of stuff to get to, so strap in, would you please? Who's hot, who's not? We'll recap 3 in the key for Kings Knicks and see how you guys did. And we'll do a 3 in the key for Kings Nets. A lot of stuff to get to. Final segment of the hour starts next.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, Sacramento, it's time to party. Join us for the ultimate big game watch party at Mix Downtown, hosted by Sacktown Sports on Sunday, February 9th. Feast on Mix's all-you-can-eat taco and nacho bar and big game bites while watching the biggest football game of the year. Catch all the action on Mix's large projection screens and HD TVs. Doors open at 2 p.m. Kickoff is at 3. Mix Downtown, located at 16th and L Streets in Sacramento. It's 21 and over, so bring your crew and let's make it a game day to remember. For details, visit mixdowntown.net.
You've heard the saying, penny wise, pound foolish, right? It means you do something that will save you a little bit right now, just pennies, but that ends up costing you pounds in the end.
People put off tuning up their furnace because they don't want to take the time or spend the money to get it done.
But it only takes 90 minutes and costs just $87, which is just pennies compared to the huge problems and expenses that can rack up if you don't get your furnace tuned up.
You'll also save money on your energy bills, and your system will last longer.
So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Call Bell Brothers for a precision tune-up and professional cleaning today.
Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Hey, movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is now serving adult beverages. This week, get ready for Companion, the IMAX experience.
There have been 2 moments in my life when I was happiest. The first was the day I met Josh, and the second, the day I killed him.
The best place to experience this psychological thriller is on the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen with heart-pounding audio that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
The days of you controlling me are over.
Get your tickets early at IMAX.com/Sacramento. And don't miss Companion, playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. There have been 4 playoff games all time where 2 quarterbacks combined for 400 or more yards, 80 or more rushing yards, a completion percentage of 65% or more, 3 or more 25-yard completions, 5 or more touchdowns, and no more than 1 turnover. All 4 of those playoff games have been played by Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Wow. It really is. They said it last night, I think. They've now faced each other. Did I hear that right? They faced each other more than Manning and Brady have in the playoffs. And that really is kind of like, that is the modern Manning and Brady now is Allen and Mahomes. And God, poor Josh Allen. Poor Josh Allen.
Poor Josh Allen. And like this trio of Allen, Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, like it always seems to now end with Allen and Mahomes, but does Lamar get in there once or twice? It's just, Mahomes and the Chiefs are killing a lot of people.
Who's not?
The Buffalo Bills. Since 1972, NFL teams that have scored 4 touchdowns and committed 0 turnovers in a playoff game are 85-6. 2 of those 6 losses are the Bills' last 2 playoff losses at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Poor Bills.
Hey,
Bills. Jason, who is the more tortured fan base, Bills fans or Kings fans?
Bills.
Are they?
Well, they've had more 2002s than we have, right?
Yeah, I've struggled with this. Here's my counter. And if you just said the Kings, I would have countered it too I have both arguments. But here's my counter to that. Yeah, but they also went to 4 straight Super Bowls, and they are relevant a bunch, and they have a wonderful player, and they have been to AFC championships. We have a Western Conference Finals. So is it better to not ever get to that precipice where it hurts that much? Or is it better to constantly be on the precipice of a championship, but have your heart ripped out every time?
Yeah, I don't know. You could just look at Josh Allen's face yesterday and just go, man, like they go in thinking they're going to win. They're playing well enough to win. They're right there with chances to win. And then when the reality is they're not going to, I don't know what's going through his head. In my mind, it's like, yeah, next year. But you're like, gosh, we're so far away from that. What will we be like next year? Will we have the same chance? Will I ever be here again? Like, man, it's just brutal. It's brutal for them.
I hear you. Also, Josh Allen has 258 million reasons to not feel sad. I like pulling that out every once in a while. Oh, yeah. They can't be sad. They're rich.
So he gets on the plane. He's like, I'm just going to look at my bank account to cheer me up.
I mean, I would say this, like, I'm sure it's all
he's going to look at his movie star fiance.
Right.
Cheer him up.
Like, I get it. And I'm sure he's devastated. Just like, I don't know, I have a bad day at work and I go home. I'm like, I have a bad day at work. And then like someone in some mine somewhere is like, really, dude, you had a bad day at work making more money than me. And I mine things. Like, it's all perspective, right? Like, I lost my arm in the crash. Yeah, well, try not having legs since birth. It's all perspective. But I would say Josh Allen's got a pretty good life, dude. And I hope his friends are telling him that bro, it's legacy. It sucks, but you're from Firebaugh, dog. You're from Firebaugh.
Oh, so the greater Sacramento area?
Greater Sacramento. Well, both Tom Brady and Josh Allen from the greater Sacramento area.
And Aaron Judge.
How about Aaron Judge? Oh, yeah. And Aaron Rodgers.
I guess the entire state is just the greater Sacramento area.
Can we be honest? I like to think of the whole world as the greater Sacramento area.
It is. And it depends on how you look at things, right?
They're all just suburbs. All right. How'd you guys do on 3 in the Key without me? Let's see.
All right, well, let's see. We asked on the Knicks game between Chris and I, who would be the first and the last King to score a basket or a score point in that game. I guessed it would be Sabonis for first, DeRozan the last. Chris said Fox and then Murray. The correct answer was Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter. So we were not very good on that one. We also asked who would be the leading bench scorer for the game. I said Keon Ellis, 14 points. Chris said Kevin Huerter for 13. The correct answer, a tie. Keon Ellis and Trey Lyles each scored 6. And then the random prediction, I said the Kings will stay perfect under Doug Christie in winning another fourth quarter. It's their first fourth quarter. They lost 32-20 under DC. And then Chris said De'Aaron Fox would score 30 or more. He was right there with 14.
Job, Chris.
Right
Boy, it sounds like you guys really stunk it up.
We did. We took the bye week. We had a tough week. It was conspiracy.
Way to go, Josh Allen. Coming through in the clutch.
But you know what? Chris and I looked at our bank accounts and we're like, we are good.
That definitely wasn't me.
We were so happy counting all of our cash.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if we can do better, though.
Let's try it. Be better. But that's all right. When we were walking out through the tunnel, there was a young fellow that looked at us and said, good job, good effort. So we were okay.
And you turned to him and you said, thanks, JR.
Exactly. And threw him a towel.
By the way, somebody is a food manufacturer, sells food to restaurants. It says, Dave, the expiration day for condiment size, ketchup, mustard, etc. It's on the box from the manufacturer. The product, or it goes on to say a bunch of other stuff. Listen, that doesn't help me. It's on the box. I need it on the who has a box? The only person I've ever known in my life that had a box of condiments at their house was me when Carl Jr. sent me that ranch. Nobody has a box of condiments.
Someone needs to take a Sharpie and write on every packet the date.
Yes.
Oh, that reminds me. We have a listener that's sending us a bunch of seasonings.
Oh, yeah. They heard that the other day. And I'd made some jambalaya.
Okay.
And I gave some to Chris, and then we had a regular listener was like, "Oh, I want to send you guys some spices and some seasonings." So they're coming.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the last time I got seasonings from a listener was the dude who made what was it? Big Dick's Dry Rub, I think is what it was. You might remember that. We had it for a while, and boy, that was tasty.
There you go. Well, hopefully we'll be enjoying.
Yeah. All right. So there, the thing.
Okay. All right, here we go. 3 in the key for tonight. Kings and Nets. You ready?
Yes.
All right, first one, guys. Let's go with he's been struggling, so let's break it down. What will be Fox's shooting numbers tonight?
I think Fox will go I'm going to go 6 of 15.
I have him as 7 for 12.
5 of 13.
Okay. Next up, we're going to go back to that bench leading score. It's been a trouble spot for the Kings.
I don't know. Trey Lyles. I'm going to go out on a limb.
How many points for Lyles?
Oh, sorry. Trey Lyles with 12.
I had Lyles with 11.
15 for McDermott.
McDermott, 15. Dougie McBuckets. And then something else you're predicting, Dave, that happened in this game. Something odd, unique, different, weird, whatever.
There will be a mid-court fight between Jordy Fernandez and Doug Christie. Nope, kidding.
I'm balder than you. No, I'm balder than you.
Wow. I'm gonna go. He's probably not even gonna play, but give me a Ben Simmons double-double. Just in
Come on,
case.
you're just love affair.
He's trying out for the team. He's saying, "See, Monty, I can help."
By the way, we've had a few people participate on the Fox numbers. Ian said 8 of 24. Ronan said Fox 15 for 25. Wow. I'll take that.
Look at Ian. You know what Ian's doing there? Shout out Kobe Bryant. 5 years ago, day before yesterday, I think.
Yesterday, yeah.
5 years ago, Jason. Jeez. Oof. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm going to do wire-to-wire win for the Kings. I'm doing it. Chris?
I'm sorry I'm laughing because watch, like Brooklyn will start out like they'll get fouled on a shot and get 1 of 2 free throws.
Yeah.
And then
1-0. Over.
Right.
See how quickly I could lose this one.
Kings will win by 30.
Wow.
Oh. Wow, there's a lot, guys.
Too much?
Yeah, can
Dave,
I
say
change
something
mine?
the other way.
Yeah, Kings in what is a terrible upset. The Kings will lose on a last-minute three-pointer.
The last minute, dang.
Every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
Yeah. And that three-pointer will be Ben Simmons.
To get his double-double.
You know, Ben Simmons, king of the three-pointer.
Sniper.
Just an absolute sniper. We'll take a break. When we
Now you've done it. If Ben Simmons hits a game-winning three,
Okay.
I'm coming after you out there in New York.
I will tell you, no, I will make this commitment, and you might actually root for him to do this now. If Ben Simmons hits a 3 to win this, or a 2, I'll even say, or a free throw, that means that as time is out, that the Nets win. I will never again do a reverse jinx. Never. Ever. I'm over it. We'll take a break. Chris apparently says we have to break. So when we come back, the Cheagles in the Super Bowl, who the hell do we root for? And what are our early thoughts on this other than we'll do that next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
Here's a resolution that's easy to keep. Grab the keys to a new Toyota truck and make every day an adventure. Get a low-cost lease on the iconic Tacoma, or get 1.99% APR or $2,000 cash back on the powerful Tundra. Every new Toyota includes Toyota Care, 2 years of complimentary scheduled maintenance. Resolve to live it up this year in a new Toyota truck. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit at 2-325.
My mother faced the same challenges that I had growing up. She was smoking, so I started smoking too. My mom got sick. Seeing her on a breathing machine, I had to open my eyes. Do I want to be another product of my environment or help change the world?
Keenan ended the cycle of nicotine addiction in his family. You can too. For free support, text KICK Nicotine to 66819 today.
Get 5 quarts of O'Reilly Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. In-store only. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep.
Long count. Chiefs are going to throw it. They throw it in the left flat. Cut. It's Samaje Perine at the 30. First down. And up the left sideline. I love you, Samaje Perine. I remember when Brett Veach told me they picked him up. It's a gain of 18 yards. I poured water on my head. And the Kansas City Chiefs are going to pull this off.
What?
Ew. What's his name again? I always forget, Jason.
The Chiefs announcer,
Yeah.
Mitch Holtz.
Just one of the best in the business.
Yeah.
He's so damn good. He's so that's who I'm rooting for. He's my favorite player in this.
Mitch.
You're asking now. One of the questions on here I've been looking at during the break is who do Niner fans root for in this one? The Bears. I don't know.
The Bears.
I don't know. I don't know who they root
The commercials.
for.
Kendrick Lamar.
I guess, like, technically, don't we root for the Eagles because they're in the NFC and we want to be the best conference, and then maybe they'll get rated in the offseason? And I don't know. It's so hard. I hate
Maybe.
this
I mean,
Super
it's
Bowl.
okay. Maybe that's not a root. Maybe you don't root for either one.
I can't. Honest to God, dude, I'm rooting. And by the way, Raider fan, pipe down in the chat about the Niners, please. Jeez. Okay, just pipe down. Just pipe it.
Enough.
You just hired a coach that wears Depends. You haven't freaking
come
been
on.
above 500 since the iPod. Like, let's
I
just
pay my taxes.
just calm down. Oh God, do you think? How about Alan Stiles being afraid of Pete Carroll because of his gum chewing? That's going to be a thing.
Yes,
he's a big Raider fan. I'm looking forward to the spectacle, the commercials, the halftime show, and I just want to see it. I mean, I'm going to be into the game. I'll be into the game because there's legacies and stuff on the line, and but I just wanted the damn Bills or Lions. I wanted the Bills and the Lions. I just wanted the Bills or the Lions.
Yeah. And yesterday I wanted Bills and Commanders, and then both ended up losing that. So yeah, it's what we got. But hey, how about maybe New Orleans will be the star of the Super Bowl?
I hope so. They need it. I mean, how many times have we unfortunately over a city you and I both absolutely love, and it'll hopefully be good to have that's one thing about New Orleans is they've had to deal with so much over the years, but if there's a bright side, it's that it's America's playground, so they get events that will come there that hopefully will boost that economy and jobs and do the right things for people. If I was going, I would be rooting for the food more than anything. I do. I just want it to be a good game, and I think in the end, Jason, I'll find ways to justify it either way in my head. If the Chiefs win, hey, you got hats off to greatness and how amazing Andy Reid. I don't dislike Andy Reid at all. I actually like Andy Reid, and props to Patrick Mahomes. Who'd have thought when Tom Brady retired? It's one of those things where it's like, oh, well, this guy pretty much broke every record for everything. It sure is. How many years is going to be before anyone challenges his legacy, if it will ever happen? And then, it's like 5 minutes after he retired, somebody's challenging his legacy. And then if Philly wins it, like we said earlier, like unlike the Chiefs, They have been to all these Super Bowls and they have won, but they won their Super Bowl with Nick Foles. Like they didn't do it with Donovan McNabb, and now they've got Jalen Hurts, and they've had other cast of characters and coaches and all kinds of stuff. And really, one of the main ingredients there is Howie Roseman, their wonderful GM, who might very well be the best GM in the whole business. They're an incredibly well-run franchise. So the bottom line is you have two of the best-run franchises in the entire league facing off against each other.
Yeah, I think I remember even saying, like, I'm thinking back on the Chiefs. Like, I'm with you. I like Andy Reid. I like Mahomes. I don't personally have Chiefs fatigue, but like if the Commanders were there, I probably would have rooted against them or rooted for them. That would have been a great story for the Eagles. I like Barkley. I think that'd be great to see him get one. But I was thinking back, Dave, like it might have been 2 years ago when the Chiefs and Mahomes got his second, and people were talking about the GOAT and all this stuff. Could he be the GOAT? I'm like, okay, guys, let's let him play out his career. Let's relax. What if these are the two he gets? And like he still has a great career and he's going to be still one of the best, but maybe the next 10 years of his career, he just doesn't get another Super Bowl or a chance to it. Well, then he's got another one. And then now he's playing for another one. It's just amazing. It's hard to picture, like if he's doing all this before 30 and even like the next 10 years, if he doesn't get back there, he would still have one of the most decorated careers of all time. But it's just tough to picture him and Reed put together that they wouldn't be a factor every single season.
And at some point you go, okay, well, what's going on? The parallels between Travis Kelce and Rob Gronkowski and Mahomes and Brady are actually kind of funny, but you wonder, like, what's Kelce going to do at the end of the year? Is he going to go out on top? Is he going to stick around for another? I mean, his brother just retired. He's got that successful podcast. He's got a girlfriend, I hear. So yes. Yeah, apparently. But of course, if Travis Kelce retired, the Chiefs would probably draft Flamberger Shankles in the 4th round, who would end up being their next Hall of Fame tight end.
Flamby.
Well, exactly. But there's a lot of storylines around this thing, Jason.
Yeah. Okay. Here's one for you from our text line. I'd be curious if you're feeling this at all. I'm rooting for the Chiefs because I want them to only be dethroned by the 49ers next year.
Yeah, I get the sentiment there. Here's my thing. I've never yes, it would be amazing if the Niners made the Super Bowl next year and they beat the Chiefs. Yes, 100%. That would be awesome.
But would it matter if they had 3 in a row or had lost this year?
Either way. I mean, it'd be sweeter if they'd won 3 in a row. But I've always been this way with all my teams, including the Kings. Like, I want to beat the best to be the best. No. I want all of every good team in the league to get hurt basically and not be there. And I want the Niners to have the easiest possible road. I want the 49ers to play the Jets, who made it in at 9-8.
Because everyone else folded.
Yes. Yeah. And that is the gift and the curse of being a Niner fan, because on one hand, like this year that the Niners just had, like the Raiders would have a parade for, right? Like it would be amazing for them. Like, oh my God, we're relevant. We've got these great players and hey, we won, whatever. But with great expectation comes great disappointment. And that's the thing. When you are a relevant franchise that is used to excellence, that expects to be there each and every year, and you don't make it, it's crushing. And that's where I do get jealous of Raider fans sometimes, because it's like a baby, right? Like a baby can be happy with like a rattle and a diaper and a crib and like a picture of birds on the TV. Like they don't know any better. So they have what they have, man. Like when I get home every day, my dogs come to the door. They don't have a job. They don't have any money. They don't have anything. But you know what they do? They bring me one of their chew toys. And they're like, listen, this is my most prized possession. And I love you. And I want to present this to you because I'm just so damn happy you're home. They're not worried about bills. They're not worried about where they're going to go on their next vacation or taxes or any of that stuff. And I feel like Raider fans are kind of like the waggy happy dog. Like they don't know any better, and they're just happy to be here. And here's the chew toy. We're just happy to be here. Whereas Niner fans, those are the ones that are like running the household, paying the mortgages, and doing all that stuff. And you got a lot of stuff on your brain, man. So in a way, I'm jealous of it. I'm trying to say something nice about Raider Nation. I'm jealous of them because it would be nice to not be relevant or have expectations ever.
Yeah.
Super nice of you, Dave.
Super nice.
What? That's honestly, I'm saying, like, it's a much less stressful way of being a football fan. You don't matter. You're not relevant. There's no expectations. You're used to failure. It comes every year. So who's going to hurt you? Nobody. Right?
Everybody hurts.
Sometimes. We'll take a break. When we come back, Kings Nets tonight from Brooklyn. We'll give you some numbers, including a secret weapon for the Nets that may rear his stupid face. Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about it in just 1 minute.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions, plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Oh, I didn't know Steve Perry was from Firebaugh. Thanks, Paul Riddle. Good factoid. I saw he was a Bay Area guy.
Who knew Firebaugh was booming like this?
Wow, bigger person out of Firebaugh, Josh Allen or Steve Perry?
Maybe that light song isn't about San Francisco. It's about Firebaugh. When the lights go out in the city.
Wouldn't the song be "The Light Goes Out in the City"?
Hey,
the wheels in the sky. That's actually sprinklers as a kid. You saw for all the farmland. Firebaugh. We've all driven through Firebaugh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, absolutely no offense to Firebaugh or Firebawnians. Like I get it, but like I know I drive by, and every time I see the Firebaugh sign, I'm just like, God, people live here. Which, to be fair, is what I'm sure people in San Francisco or LA say about Sacramento. I get it, but I just wonder, like, what is a life in Firebaugh like? Hey, we're in Firebaugh. What's there to do? Just anyway. I've pissed off enough people today. All right, Kings Nets tonight. Jason, as we noted earlier, the Nets have lost 10 straight home games. We thought we sucked at home. No, they're 5-22. They were 9-10 overall, Jason. Now they're 5-22.
This we talked about it. I would say, fair enough to say it's still a reality, but I thought that, and you said it, the Denver game was a schedule loss.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get the benefit of the schedule. You got some time off. You didn't play well against the Knicks, and you got a 2-game losing streak, and you get a Nets team that, I mean, they've fallen off completely. Dave, I got some other numbers here too, besides 10-game losing streak that you brought up at home, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Both Cams are out, the two of their best players, Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas, and others are injured. They, in their last 6 games that they've lost 6 in a row here, besides the 10-game home losing streak, have scored 97, 84, 95, 2 101s in there, 101, 101. And the game before that, 67. They're averaging 90 points per game in their last 6. And I mean, in a league where a lot of teams like the Kings are living around that 115, 120, 125 number. I mean, if the Kings just have a pulse offensively, this should be a good day.
Well, what you're not including in there, Jason, is they did beat Portland on January 15th in Portland.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I did not include that.
132 to 114. So
What
they
happened?
I'm
going to look it up. Who went off? Cam Johnson had 24. Ben Simmons had 5, 9, and 11.
Yes, he did. Hello, almost a double-double. Can I also add, by the way, that they're 6 losses since that win: at Clippers, at Lakers, at Thunder, home Knicks, home Suns, home Miami. So it's not exactly like they've had they only lost to the Knicks by 4.
Okay.
They lost to they lost in LA to the Lakers by 1, Jason. And then honestly, if not for a few errant shots and if I remember correctly, I watched the game, a bad call and a questionable substitution, the Clippers edged them 126 to 67, but that could have gone either way.
I mean, I actually that's a what if game.
Honestly, play that 10 times. It's 5-5.
Yes. Here's one for you. The Nets are 14 and 32.
Okay.
But they have 3 wins against one specific playoff team. They have defeated the Milwaukee Bucks 3 times.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in game 3, their first win, 115-102. I'm looking at their rundown. How does this happen? They did lose to them once.
Okay.
And then 2 of their last 3 wins have been against Milwaukee. In Milwaukee, 111-105, and also in Milwaukee, 113-110. So they have 3 wins against the Bucks.
And we lost in Milwaukee.
Yeah, so, okay, never mind. It's a trap.
It's a trap. Here we go. And then Jordy Fernandez is going to be sitting with everybody today and be like, okay, here's what you have to make this guy go to his right, this guy go to his left, and this guy does not like it when you put your finger in his belly button.
Right.
He's going to know all the tips and tricks.
Yeah. This was when they played him here. I remember just a hideous fourth quarter for the Kings, and they lost that game. Yeah, I'm looking back at that game. Kings lost the fourth quarter 20-15 and lost the game by 5 points to the Nets.
See, here's the other problem, since we're trying to talk ourselves into this. The Nets now have D'Angelo Russell.
That's the biggest problem.
Again.
He's going for 90.
Before? He is. He always does, and I don't like it. Jason,
he has beaten the Kings 4 times this year as a member of the Lakers.
His last 5 games against the Kings. 28, 30, 20. Nope, that's minutes. I was be like, wow, he had 41 and 40. I had the wrong row. Sorry. His last 5 games against the Kings. 9, 20, 16, 16, and 6. All right, so that's better.
But he did have that 40-something point game as a member of the Nets in Golden One Center where he literally he won the game in the fourth quarter.
Dude, that was so
I'm not over it.
I'm not over it either. I've been there been around, seen a lot of stuff, dude. I don't know that I've ever seen a player single-handedly rally his team back like he did that. I never advocate for violence or hurting anyone, but I remember after the game specifically, like, why did somebody not hip check him into the third row just do something? Like, don't hurt the guy, but like, can we shake him up a little bit? But then like, here's the ball.
Let him know.
Have
just
fun.
do the shakedown.
Yes. Do something. Don't just sit there and give him a pillow and a blanket and let him score all over your face. Let him. Okay, that. Pause. Jordy Fernandez will be there. Jordying.
Yeah.
If Jordy, hey Jason, true or false? If Jordy Fernandez had not taken that job with the Nets, he'd be the current Sacramento Kings head coach.
True.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't think about you at all.
How about this? Is there anybody, if Cam Johnson is, and I'm sure he's on the Kings' radar, but if he becomes a King, is there anybody that the Kings are, I don't know, showcasing tonight for those Nets?
I mean, this would be the night to do it. You know, let's I think we give Kevin Huerter about 38 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe rest. Maybe, look, honestly, not that you want to screw around necessarily, but might be the right night to, if you were going to rest De'Aaron Fox tonight. Now, the problem is they'll rest De'Aaron Fox and win, and then, we'll have half the chat tomorrow going, see, they went without him. You have to trade him. And they're, forgetting that they're playing, the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah. I like your chat voice.
That's my chat voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know what that sounded like.
Sounded like Yoda.
Kermit.
It sounded like, if anything, it sounded like Adrian Cronauer, Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam when he was doing an interview with one of the soldiers. But I can't say what the interview was because it's kind of objectionable. Malik Monk did have 31 points against the Knicks on 12 of 21 shooting to go with 9 assists. Sabonis, yet another triple-double. Oh, you know what we haven't? I was off Friday, dude. We haven't talked about the Denver game, have we?
Not you that and I know. Yeah.
So is Nikola Jokic an alien?
Yes.
Like a literal alien, dude. Like, what the hell was that shot? Yeah, what did they say? Is the 5th longest shot in NBA history?
Couldn't be the best.
Well, I mean, just longest. Like,
why did he do a step back?
And remember earlier this year when he punched the ball and almost made it like full court?
Uh-huh.
You remember that play where like he literally punched the ball 3/4 court and it almost went in? And this guy doesn't even like basketball. I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I think any talk of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being the MVP is kind of weird. Like, I get fatigue, but Nikola Jokic right now is having arguably the greatest season in modern NBA history.
Yeah, and after that game, I think he had 17 or 19 assists, something ridiculous. He actually, that boosted him to averaging a triple-double for the season.
He is currently averaging 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 10.1 assists on 56% from the field, 48% from beyond the arc. And he has almost 2 steals. Jason, he has almost 2 steals per game on top of that. So anyway, I'm just saying, can we just stop for a second and just acknowledge that Nikola Jokic is having the greatest season so far in modern NBA history. By the way, that's 4th in the league in steals.
Wait, can you do what are his numbers again right now? The points, rebounds, assists.
30 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists.
Okay, what's better? 31.6, 10.7, 10.4.
I mean, I probably have to see the steals too, but they're close.
Oh, what were his steals? Or what are his steals?
He's 4th in the league in steals right now at 1.8 a game.
Okay, this person was 1.6.
And you said they had 31 points?
31.6, which led the league.
Yeah.
10.7 rebounds and 10.4 assists.
Are you comparing Nikola Jokic to Russell Westbrook?
I am on this MVP season.
You son of a...
You don't do that.
Well, you know what? I was honestly, as soon as I said Russell Westbrook, I was like, dude, is he pulling out James Harden on me? Because that would have been dirty. Ooh. Obviously, it's Jokic because I like him more and I'm biased. We'll take a break.
Well, there are facts.
When we come back, what to watch? And golly, there's a lot to watch tonight in the world of the NBA. And we'll have some stuff to clean up as well. It's Dave, Jason, Chris, Alan Styles, right around 9:45 for Crosstalk and Celebrity Birthdays. Don't go away. Final half hour of the program coming up next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-301-4422, 800-301-4422, 800-301-4422.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Final half hour of the program. Don't forget Alan Stiles will take us through crosstalk and all the way to this afternoon and right into a little Kings basketball, Jason Ross. Kings at Nets this time. It's for real. The Kings have been in New York for 4 days. You know what? Honestly, it's a big old road trip. I like that for them. That's kind of nice. You get 4 days in a 5-star hotel in New York. You're a bunch of young, rich millionaires, and you get to go around and just New York your way through New York. That's
in
kind
the
of
bing bong in the city that never sleeps.
City that never sleeps. A lot of good food there too, Jason. I've heard this.
Oh, yeah. Yes, very true.
As a matter of fact, tonight I will be going, and I know my dinner will be. I'm doing pizza tonight, and there's this place near where I stay out here, and it's going to sound gross, dude, but I'm telling you, and I wouldn't have gotten it if my son hadn't gotten it when we were here last February. Yeah. It's a pepperoni, and then they drizzle this spicy honey on top of it.
Okay,
dude. It's so, it doesn't sound like it should be good, but it's super, super good. And I haven't seen that anywhere else. So
pizza! Pizza, going Tommy, me so hungry.
That's going to be me. Kings at Nets right here on Sacktown Sports. What else are we watching here? Lakers at Hornets. What's the angle there? Ball versus LeBron.
Oh, yeah, the big showdown.
Showdown. Well, we could have called it the Balls back when Lonzo was on the Lakers, but he's not anymore, so you take that out. Rockets Celtics, that's actually an interesting matchup, too. That's a good measuring stick for Houston going into Boston, taking on the Celtics in a game that could have a little bit of defense in there.
Yeah, Houston just got done finishing with, 2 games? Yeah, they had the home and home with the Cavs, and they won both. And that was really impressive for Houston. So good for them.
No, absolutely. Good for Houston, except when they're playing us.
Yeah, they're 0-2 this year.
Suckers. Grizzlies at Knicks. Speaking of defense, that'll be there will be blood and grind and grit and all kinds of crap there.
Yeah. And I bet that game's going to be very high scoring, actually, believe it or not. It'll be physical, it'll be intense, but both teams can score.
How about 2 NBA games on the same night here in New York? The city that never sleeps.
I know.
Right?
So much to do.
Pelicans at Raptors. Oof, man, what a matchup. It's either that or Nuggets Bulls.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Denver after beating the Kings, went into Minnesota and laid an egg the other day.
Yeah, thanks a lot for laying the wrong egg, Denver.
Yeah, you alien joker.
Joker face. Fatty. Hawks at T-Wolves.
Wasn't that a song by Lady Gaga?
What, Fatty?
No, Joker Face.
Oh, yes, it was. Also Fatty.
Yes.
That was her duet. That was another duet with Bradley Cooper.
That was on the B side.
It was Joker Face and followed up by Fatty, which was a ballad. Wizards at Mavs. Go Wiz.
Yes, okay.
And Clippers at Suns. See what Phoenix does. I have something for you, Jason. You know, you and I are students of the play-by-play. You, of course, are one of the greats. I admire all of you for being able to do that, which I could never do. And we have ourselves right now. Chris has it queued up. Nico Remigio yesterday returning a punt for the Chiefs, and we have the Korean call for you. Would you like to hear that?
I definitely would.
All right, roll tape, Christopher.
샌마틴 펀터가 준비하고 있습니다. 지난해 플레이오프 게임에서는 페이크 펀치도 나왔었어요. 받았어요. 리턴 나섭니다. 왼쪽 한 명 더 지켜주나요? 못 지킵니다. 조금 더 상대 진영 35야드 쪽으로 들어오고 있습니다. 레이미오 선수가 지난주 경기부터 엄청난 변수를 창출해주고 있습니다. 이렇게 되면은 전반 끝나기 전에 칩스가 더 득점할 수 있어요.
Now, I will confess to something. Why is it that when I hear a foreign language call, specifically never mind. Why is it when I hear a foreign language call and one of the foreign language guys is like, I'm like, that's awesome. But then when they do it over here, I don't like it.
Honestly, that's a question for you. I don't know. What's the difference for you?
There isn't. That probably because I don't understand what they're saying. So I just listen to the noises and they're fun.
You just know they're excited.
It makes me, even though I wasn't rooting for the Chiefs, I will say this. I would have liked that call even more if he'd have scored a touchdown. That would have been amazing.
Just for the results of what they would have screamed out.
We've done this before on the show, but Victor Hovland, the golfer, has two guys that do nothing but watch it on TV, and he has his own two personal play-by-play guys. And when he hit the hole-in-one a while ago, I think it was last season actually. He got a hole-in-one. It was first of his career, and one of the guys was in the can. It's a true story. When he did, and so the other guy's freaking out, and the other dude just pinches it off, runs back out, and just starts screaming in Norwegian with him. Is it?
Was he really in the can?
Yeah, no, that's a true story. He was in the bathroom. He was in the. I mean, because it's a long day. Golf's a long day.
You gotta trust the process.
I feel like it's Norwegian, or do they just speak like Finnish or something?
No, I think it is Norwegian.
It is Norwegian. The Sacramento Kings are currently in the play-in as we speak. We haven't done a standings watch. At 23 and 22, they are
Watch.
Thank you.
They'd have to go to Dallas. Is what it would be if it started today.
Well, they're just a half game behind Dallas and the Suns.
That's true.
So should the Wizards and the Clippers, I think, are playing, whoever, the Kings could mathematically be tied. Did I say is Minnesota? Yeah, Minnesota's playing too.
Yeah.
If the Timberwolves, Suns, and Mavericks all lose, the Kings are tied for the 7th seed tomorrow.
Correct.
Just like that.
Just like that. Right there, and then right behind the Clippers and Lakers.
Mm-hmm. And if the Clippers lose, they could, and all that happens, they could be just 2 games behind the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
So, moral of the story, Jason Ross, is you get whiplash. Things are moving up and down quite a bit here in the Western Conference, and hopefully after those first 2 lame losses. Now we said on this road trip, they're probably, if you look at the Vegas odds, they're probably favored in 2 of the 6. I would say Brooklyn tonight, of course, and then Philadelphia on Thursday, which won't be a cakewalk. Not like tonight should be, you would think, but then at Oklahoma City on Sunday and at Minnesota Tuesday before they come home and they play Orlando. And then the schedule opens up a little bit for them, but they got their, they got to get these 2 wins, dude, because wins are going to be very difficult to come by between now and the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Tonight they get the advantage of an injured, not playing well Brooklyn team. Doesn't mean that's a gimme, but that's their advantage. And then the Sixers play tomorrow against the Lakers, so they'll be on the second night of a back-to-back on that game on Wednesday.
How about the Kings also in the space of a week playing Portland once and New Orleans 3 times?
I know. That's right before the break. That's crazy.
I mean, you've got at Dallas in there as well. And then you come back and you have another Golden State game at home, and we took care of them with no problems at home last time. That was smooth and easy. And then home Charlotte at Utah. I mean, I'm just looking ahead. Basically, between as soon as they get done with this road trip, the rest of the month until March 2nd when they go into Houston, I believe they will only be underdogs. Said after this road, they'll only be underdogs, I believe, in 1 game. Honestly, they will play after they play Minnesota on the 4th next Tuesday. They will play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. They'll only be dogs probably in one of them, Jason. So they got to get healthy there.
Well, there's an opportunity, right? And then with the deadline now a week and a half away, we'll see what they do there. This is exciting, nerve-wracking, all of it at the same time of year for the Kings.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Alan Stiles, it's nerve-wracking for him anytime he's around chewing gum. Well, his new Raiders head coach is definitely friends with the gum. We'll talk to him about that, celebrity birthdays, and more, all coming up as we wrap up our version of Sacktown Sports right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
The good news, you finally lost the excess weight and found the body you knew was hiding underneath it all along. The better news, InShape Fitness is here to help you maintain your new look and, dare we say it, enjoy the process. InShape has everything you need to build muscle and help keep the weight off. From fitness classes and personal trainers to swimming pools and saunas. Plus, plenty of full-length mirrors to admire your new self along the way. We are InShape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Carrington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-235-5588. That's 800-235-5588. 800-235-5588.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
Please, give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be
Reeling in the refund.
limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Progressive presents Renters MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hello, hello, Alan Stiles.
Hello, Dave.
How you doing, buddy?
Great. Can't complain.
Well, your new head coach loves gum.
Yeah, I know. I heard you when I was driving in. You compared Raider fans to dogs and babies.
Yeah, but in a good way.
No,
in the kindest,
that
most
was
gentle way.
terrible.
What are you
Absolutely
talking about?
terrible.
I was complimenting them and saying I was jealous
No.
of them. So if I was insulting them, why would I say I'm jealous of something I'm insulting?
It's a backhanded. I don't even know if that's a backhanded compliment. I don't know what it was, but I didn't like it very much.
Oh, I was saying it's got to be in a way. It's a lot more difficult to be a Niner fan when you have expectations of excellence and greatness each and every year.
I understand
Raider
what
fan,
you're saying.
There's no Raider fan. It's like when I went and watched the Top Gun sequel. I had no expectations whatsoever. So no matter what, unless I was looking at a barcode for 3 hours, it was going to be a great movie. I feel like that's how Raider fan can look at every season.
Dave is 100% right. Remember when the Kings couldn't make the playoffs and how much better that was than when the Kings actually did make the playoffs?
Hey, Chris, why don't you shut up.
That's it. I just had to say
anyway.
that.
Isn't it fun how also when you're fans of different teams, you kind of chameleon your way? Like when the Giants were winning, the San Francisco Giants were winning World Series, and I go from like talking junk as a Giants fan and being like, oh yeah, where's your championship? Shut up. And then I go to being a Kings fan, and that's what everybody would say to me. And how you rotate your attitude based on what team you're rooting for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we just had, the week against the Warriors and that whole thing, right? Oh, well, we got the banners, but I mean, they're terrible right now.
The Banners are?
I'm saying the Warriors are.
Oh, I gotcha.
But the Raiders respect the greatness that once was. You're acting like the Raiders have just no expectations ever.
No, the Raiders are a tentpole franchise in the NFL. They are a part of the history and the tradition. They have the coolest NFL films one ever. The Autumn Wind is a Raider. Everything about them. Lyle Alzado, Kenny King, Jim Plunkett, on and on and on. John Madden, obviously. But it's a lot like, and I mean this lovingly, but like my first ever crush was Erin Gray on Silver Spoons. Have you Googled her lately? She's aged. So I can still respect what she was, but, that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
You only remember the 02 Raiders probably in the Super Bowl, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And they should have won that one.
2002 was just a crap year.
Why?
Kings, your Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
Giants.
I mean, 2001 was a worse year, but I'm saying for us, that was terrible.
That's right.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to talk about? Your weekend? Were you fasting?
No.
He gave up on that. He didn't even last a day.
I did last a day, technically. All right. Look, all I know is I'm just glad the Knicks are in the Eastern Conference because they own the Kings. Absolutely own the Kings. Josh Hart, enough. He just got another rebound right now.
Yes, he did. Just as long as the Nets don't own the Kings, because they already beat them once. Can't have it happen twice.
Yeah. And no Cam Johnson.
Right.
No Cam Thomas.
Mm-hmm. And Dave, Ben Simmons, questionable.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Oh, you're talking about his designation. Yeah.
Oh.
They should just say that on the back of his jersey.
Questionable. A big question mark.
Yeah.
What number foul on? Question mark.
That's right. All right, we got to. I'm yammering here. We got to get to celebrity birthdays because I hear we have some wonderful birthdays today. Brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Jason Ross, hello.
Hello. Happy birthday to. Let's start with Keith Olbermann.
Keith,
the worst person in the world.
Okay, yeah.
Keith Olbermann is 65.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. 63.
68.
Carmichael Dave is closest, 66.
Huh.
Yes.
Keith Olbermann. Happy birthday to Jimmy Kimmel's sidekick, Guillermo Rodriguez.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, I have no idea.
How old's Guillermo?
Guillermo's 70.
What?
I don't know.
64?
53.
Chris is closest, 54. Happy birthday to running back of Jacksonville, former running back Fred Taylor.
One of the more underrated players. Fred Taylor is 51.
No. 49.
46.
We have our first correct answer today, and it goes to Alan Stiles, 49. He knows his Fred Taylor.
That's right. That's right.
Happy birthday to Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison is 25.
That's probably right.
Thank you.
26.
I also think he's 25.
He is, Dave and Chris are closest, 23.
Oh,
wow.
Happy birthday to Patton Oswalt.
Friend of former friend of the station, Patton Oswalt.
Really?
Yeah, he was really close to Don Geronimo back in the day.
Okay, I believe that.
Big fans of pretty good.
He hosts this show now where, like, I won't get into it, but he hosts some game show now my wife and kids love. Patton Oswalt is 60.
62.
53.
Chris is closest, 56. And we'll close out with happy birthday to Chris Collinsworth.
Oh.
Now here's a guy. Now here's a birthday.
Slide in for the YouTube.
Oh, you did it perfectly, Dave.
Yeah, I did. I really did. I almost fell. Chris Collinsworth is, let's see, that was 40, 60. He is 69.
Nice.
67.
64.
Alan is closest, 66.
Ooh.
Boom.
He and Keith Olbermann born on the same day. Same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same
What's
guy.
on the show today, Alan?
Kings still in New York taking on the Nets. Should they think about sitting De'Aaron Fox? And, of course, Kyle does his victory lap with the Chiefs.
Oh, God. Forgot about that. All right. Well, have fun with that, dude. For Christopher Ladd, for Jason Ross, I am Carmichael Dave. Thank you all for joining us. Stay tuned for Alan Stiles. We'll see you tomorrow. Light the beam, please. Bye-bye now.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings